And we are live. What's good, people? It's your man Dale Saint. How y'all doing, man? Happy Wednesday, right? It's hump day. Y'all know I have a hard time keeping track of the days. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Hope y'all doing good out there. All is well on this end, just kind of doing my thing. Like I was saying, I'm happy because my daughter's home. She came home early. Like I said, she normally spends the summers with her mom, but she came home early. And what I discovered is teenagers are vampires. They operate at night. My daughter is knocked out. She'll get up around this time, do whatever she's doing, play on her VR, and be up until 3, 4 in the morning. And I read somewhere that it's okay that, like especially with teenage kids, this is not abnormal. I forget what talking head or what doctor, did I read it or watch it somewhere? I can't remember. But the point was being like, don't try to force your kids, especially in the summer, let their bodies do what their bodies do. I guess there was some studies done. This is apparently normal. So I'm like, all right, if it's normal, she's happy. I know that. She's walking around happy. She eats and eats and eats, keeps growing. I mean, she might be taller than me before it's all said and done. I'm 6 feet. She is, she's like 5'6" now. We'll find out. We got we have a physical coming up. The school's about to get started. So yeah. So anyway, I'm happy. I just said all that to say that I'm happy. Doing good things. Kids are amazing. Like my daughter brings a smile to my face every single time. I just noticed that I have plastic on here. Ooh, I removed the plastic and look at that. It's a cleaner shot. That's funny. I never saw that before. So yeah. So what's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. I was on Suzette Speaks last night. Shout out to her. She had a great show. It was about with Andre, and I forget his last name, but talking about dating as a high value man, like what the dating scene looks like for high value men out there. And it was some really cool brothers on the panel. Really cool brothers on the panel. I was honored to be a part of it. It was fun. Had a good time. They had some really good conversations over there on Suzette Speaks, y'all. For real, go check her out. Definitely go subscribe. Check out her content. She's been in the game for a minute. She helps your boy DL Saint out a lot. Like she's a invaluable resource for someone like me. Just getting new to these, like these this YouTube world and figuring it out. So shout out to you, Suzette. Thank you for everything you do for me. And I'm always trying to help her any way that I can. So I'm always supporting her. Jump over there. Y'all should get over there and check her out, man. Do it quick because she's about to go on vacation. She's about to take a much earned and much needed vacation. She said she hadn't had a vacation since the pandemic. And she works really hard. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you go do that. She's got a nice vacation lined up for herself. So definitely check out, go over there and check her out. Check out her content. And I'm going to be doing my best to be talking her up while she's on vacation, trying to get people to go over there and Team Replay, get over there and check out her stuff. Because it's really hard when you're on vacation to be doing this. Like even when I take little trips, if I go to some city, you just having a good time. You forget like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like, do you want to grab your phone and do some vlogs? I'm putting together a Go kit. So when I go, I can bring my stuff and actually do episodes while I'm, gone. Sometimes you just don't even want to do that, man. Like if you're in Brickell somewhere, like you're in Miami, you want to, I'm not a beach guy, but I'll sit by the pool. You know what I mean? I'll jump on the boat. I'll do all that kind of stuff. Go eat, have some nice, nice experiences. It's hard to be like, oh, let me get my phone out and vlog. But so yeah, like I was telling her, like just relax. You know what I mean? Recharge, reset. But she might do some live. She might do that kind of stuff. But I was telling her not to. So while she's gone, I'll be picking up the weight for her. You know what I mean? So all the speakers, if y'all looking for something to do, y'all can come over here when Suzette is on vacation. And I might even review a couple of her shows, just, to keep y'all, to keep y'all on the steady diet of Suzette Speaks stuff, even while she's on vacation. And so, when she gets back, it'll be like you didn't even miss a beat. Miss AKA Lady, what's good? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much for all your support. Hey, DL, busy week, but I'm going to let you play in the back and catch the replay. Have a great stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Day one right there. I'm so happy that Miss AK Lady is always supporting her brother. Brother Doug, what's good? Salute to you, brother. You know what I mean? I see you out there, bro. I'll be over in that Patrick Bet David world, man. I'll be seeing you over there, man, making it happen. That's cool. That's cool, man. You'll see me out there, bro. I'm on everybody's platform, bro, because, man, I'm in a whole bunch of different bubbles. I'm just trying to bring it all together. So I'll be seeing you out there, man. Salute to you. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. And yeah, man, I'm just kind of doing my thing, man, getting used to the Rodecaster Pro. I'm having fun with that. Audio quality has gotten better. I'll definitely do a show about that. I'll do a show about what equipment I started with, what equipment I've upgraded to, and then maybe where I plan to go in the future. My man Rashawn Thompson's in the house. What's good, brother? You know what I'm saying? This is my man right here. We was out there in the LA air together. We was working together at Van Nuys Airport. Rashawn's a air traffic controller as well. Just got promoted. He's a supervisor, man. That's for you, man. Salute to you. You know what I mean? Take a bow, bro. Take a bow. Had to give you a claps, give you your flowers, bro. You know what I mean? That's my man. You want to talk about a guy? One of these days, I'm going to get him on the platform. You want to talk about a hustler. You know what I mean? Like everything. Like Rashawn is in everything, man. His story is amazing. The way he came up. The brother was like big time basketball player, like, getting looked at by D1 schools, but he came up from the streets, wound up in the military. You know what I mean? Somehow got into air traffic control. Is an amazing air traffic controller, one of the best that I've seen. You know what I mean? Like Van Nuys was no joke. And when we were there, it was busy, but not as busy as the historic, crazy era of Van Nuys. But you know what? Rashawn had the kind of skill set. He could have worked back in the 90s with us. He was that good and is that good. So shout out to you, brother. You know what I mean? Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate the support. You know what I mean? As always, Doug's like, same to you, brother. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for you, Doug. I see you out there moving, man. That's how we should move. Black folks, we need to learn how to move. We need to learn how to network. There's a lot of power in network. Your net worth is tied to your network. You know what I mean? So brother Doug's out there doing it. Y'all need to be listening to people like him. You know what I mean? And like I said, my man Rashawn be out there. Sean be making it happen. Appreciate you, bro. Not sure if it's congratulations yet. No, it's congratulations, man. It's all good. You know what I mean? You got it. It is what it is. And like I said, you're a beast, bro. You're going to make it happen. You're going to definitely make it happen. Congrats on that, though, man. And hopefully they'll send you out for your whatchamacallit training, your supervisor training out here to Florida. Hopefully they'll send you out here because it used to be in the Tampa area. And if it still is, your man is here, bro. You know what I mean? So when you get your weekends off, man, we headed right down to the bottom. I'm going to take you straight down to Miami. And we're just going to go down there and we're going to study the word because we're both men on the path. We're men of God. We're not going to be doing anything bad down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, without further ado, man, somebody y'all ain't seen in a minute. You know what I mean? So let me bring him on up here. You know what I mean? And there you go, my man Jay Swans. What's good, brother? You know what I mean?
Glad you use the adult sounds.
Here's the thing, man. I gotta find some. I'm gonna find some little kid claps. I'm gonna find it. It wasn't loaded in the preset on this particular piece of equipment. But trust me, I'm gonna find that because I know you love the little kids. Jay Swan love the kids. Him and Trick Daddy.
I used to, but now I'm uncomfortable. R. Kelly done made everybody look at you strange now, so I ain't trying to.
Ooh, boy. R. Kelly, yeah, he took it to that next level.
Yo, I gotta tell you, man, this weekend we was in St. Augustine. Stopped at some live music at the bar. This live music country singer was playing some R. Kelly, talking about toot toot and a beat beat. I say, yo,
country singer.
It was in country. They must not know.
No, they know. They know, they just don't care, bro. Elvis, hey, man, he was the original R. Kelly. He just didn't film it. He just didn't film it. That's all.
So I've been looking at all the High Value Man videos on YouTube. So I decided to wear a polo shirt. so I can fit the mold.
Now you gotta put a suit on, right? Every time I see the High Value guys, they got on suits. You know what I mean?
They ain't figured it out, man. You got to get the breakaway suits, like old boy did. Breakaway shoes, breakaway suits. You got to do it like that.
Wow. Wow. Hey, I ain't knocking it, bro. I mean, if you out there as a man, you trying to level up as you should be leveling up, you should do it, man. That whole high value thing, it's like Rich Cooper says, man, like chase excellence, not women. So like that's my big thing. If you out there chasing women, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like they say in the Army, man, you wrong. And I was wrong. I've been there. Come on, bro. Lord knows. I was out there chasing them back in the day.
I ain't never chasing them. I just pick them. Like I choose you. Step to the front of the line. That's how I do it. Like, yo, step to the front of the line. We'll make it happen.
Nah, bro. Nah, I know you lying, man. 'Cause when we was doing it, boy, we was in it, bro. It was, you know what I'm saying? We was in the thick of it. It was like this. When we was out there getting it, we was getting it like this, bro. We was getting it like this.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Get some. Yeah. Get some.
Yo.
That's what we was doing.
Man. Yo, I was talking to JC. I told you I talked to him the other day, man. I got to send him the link, though. Yo, man, yes. He got way too many stories, though, man. I was like, yo, had to take him off a speakerphone.
Hey, bro, like that. Never put your people on speakerphone that knows where the bodies are buried.
Yo,
especially if he still got the shovel. Don't put them on speakerphone, bro.
Y'all just don't know, boy. He was like, Lou. He was like, Lou.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
He said that girl ever burned him. Did you know she ever burned him?
No, did not. And yeah, bro. Let's
like, oh.
Yeah, man. Chill out.
Oh, that was. No, you gotta get the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Be like, like a Predator. Like I looked at that video. I was like, yo, that's how you cramp up your elbow, bro. You doing too much.
Boy, doing way too much, man. But I got lucky, man. Like that never happened. That's the one thing I can actually say, man. I never had the 3 days later go see the doctor thing. I never had to deal with that ever in my life, man.
But you had the 9 months later go visit the gyno doctor, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely your dad. You know what I'm saying? Definitely your dad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Ain't nothing wrong. That means you won. You got the trophy. That's all.
Hey, I ain't mad at it, bro. I ain't mad at it.
The F trophy.
I ain't mad at it, man. But let's get to it.
I know what you was gonna block.
Everything.
Yo, I was watching some of it before I came on. So you talking about these politicians yet? When we come back,
I didn't realize you had the unit insignia on your tattooed on. I didn't realize that, bro.
I did, but
18th Aviation Brigade.
He had a stroke. You know what I mean? So he was like, "Yo, I'm having a stroke." So I'm like, "Oh, we should have told me that before you was, got in there." So now I got to get it covered up and fixed up.
Now you get somebody that can fix that, man. I got a guy down here who's really good. He can fix that up and finish it up. You can put the put the airborne tab above it and like fix it up and make it right. Like he's excellent. Excellent.
I really got this one. Hold on, I got this one though. That's
man. I don't care about that Pathfinder, man. Stop, man. Couldn't get Pathfinder school when I was in the uni. As soon as I get out the uni, everybody goes to Pathfinder school, man. It was a conspiracy, bro.
That's because they waited. You was too black for them. That school was for the lighter hue of us.
I reckon, man. But yeah, man, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the show. You know what I mean? The lies have it. Yes, we can handle the truth, man. Like, is America ready for politicians?
Hell no, you can't handle the truth. Said that shit. Hell no, you can't handle the truth. Them cats can't even handle their parents telling them the truth, man. Come on now.
Because when I brought this up to you, bro, I brought it up to you because you've been busy. You've been traveling and all that stuff, so you haven't been on in a while. When I brought this up to you, you jumped at it like, "Oh hell yeah, I want to be on that." I mean, what? Why? I mean, what's behind that?
Nothing. I just want to be on TV.
But seriously though, like when it comes to politicians, man, like what's the deal with that, bro?
No, they can't. Them cats can't handle the truth. Come on now, you can't handle your parents telling me you got ugly kids. Come on now, they're talking about they can handle the truth. You know what I mean? How many of y'all dads said that y'all suck at sports? You know what I mean? And don't lie and be like, "Well, my dad told me all the time." No, he didn't. If he did, your mom didn't tell you that shit. Come on now, stop it. We can.
So it ain't just politically. You just talking about in general. People ain't ready.
Can handle the truth.
They ain't ready for the truth.
Especially if you was born in the 80s and beyond. You can't handle the truth.
Like the truth is, everyone doesn't get a trophy, and it's like, wow, okay.
You know what I mean? Let a politician come up and say, we done screwed up the last term, so we're gonna have to raise prices on this and raise prices on that. that politician ain't going to be elected. But the one that's like, you know what? I'm going to cut taxes and I'm going to make it so you don't have to pay nothing. And I'm going to make it so y'all can eat butterflies and shit rainbows. And then you know what?
That's my guy. That's so funny. Like, yep, I want to vote for that guy. You know what I mean? Because I remember when George H.W. Bush, his campaign slogan was "Read my lips, no new taxes." Then he gets in the office and he was forced to raise taxes. You know what I mean? So, and that did hurt him. And then what really hurt him was Ross Perot, and that following election was Ross Perot that actually siphoned off enough votes to allow Clinton to win. But it was that whole "read my lips." Those people went to Ross Perot because they were like, "Hey, Ross is like, I'm not a politician."
That's what everybody does. They go thinking, "Oh, he's not a politician. He's like us." You know what I mean? Come on now. There is not a politician out there that's like us.
That's
for
true.
Real. There ain't no politician out there. It's all about the money.
Yeah,
that's
in modern times. Right. In modern times, I was going to say, in modern times, the closest president going into office that was closest to the regular people was Barack Obama, but he was a senator. But he kind of got in, so he kind of worked the system. But that was it. Once he got in the office, it was a wrap. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars now.
Someone chose Barry too. Come on, Barry didn't do that on his own. No politician gets elected on their own. I mean, come on now. Now maybe at the local levels, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe at the lower levels of like the state stuff, but national elections, nah, man, that doesn't happen on your own. Come on now. Somebody's got to be backing that. And you got them billionaires out there. I mean, shoot, it's like somebody like, I don't know, let's take Elon Musk. He can just buy up, Channel 13 and plaster the whole thing with ads if he wants to make you forget anybody else is running. So what happens is you either vote for that person or you say, you know what, there ain't nobody running, so I'm just going to forget it. What's that? What you doing?
I'm gonna show you something in a second. I got something lined up that I think is gonna be funny. And this is the kind of guy I would want. And it's real funny. It's real funny. So
you ain't even set it up right. What if it's not funny?
Oh, trust me, it's funny. I know funny. You the one that got a problem with that, bro. I know funny. So but it's right along what we're talking about here. You know what I mean? With being honest, right? So, and because I'm not monetized, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a copyright claim on this. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not monetized. But even if I were, I mean, I would pay for this clip because it's just that funny. But you got to check this out. Listen to what this cat is talking about when it comes to telling the truth in politics.
Right? Can't be honest in a democracy. You need the votes. You can't run with that as your platform. Coming out there, and if elected, I would implement a program to immediately eliminate at least 85% of you.
That's
this
facts.
planet cannot sustain the sheer numbers. Let me finish. This will not be arbitrary. Under your seats is a multiple choice questionnaire. If you did not bring a pencil, you're already out.
Shout out to Bill Burr.
That's true.
It's true. You know what I mean? That's what I love about comedy. Bill Burr is one of the most serious guys. He's unplugged. He's very aware. But he's hilarious. And he makes you think. That's from Bill Burr. I Really Want to Know podcast. I mean, Bill Burr. Sorry You Feel That Way is the name of that particular special. And that is, I talk about that special all the time. That is probably that is, in my opinion, the best special I have seen in comedy in my time. That dude, he kills it. He absolutely kills it.
But that's true though. That's true. Think about this, right? So you think some politician is going to get elected down in, let's say, Southern California, when he says, look, we keep having these fires, these mudslides along the coast down there in Malibu. So we're not going to let anybody else build any houses on the cliffs of Malibu because your house is going to fall into the ocean.
Yeah, Manhattan Beach, Malibu. Yeah, he ain't getting elected. Oh, what you mean? Yeah. What do you mean? Or we're going to say, we're going to increase the insurance in that area. Like the state is no longer going to back your insurance if your multi-million-dollar house falls down the hill.
He ain't getting elected.
Sure
But he will
ain't.
get elected saying, you know what, I'm going to have aliens come in and build special laser beam type suspensions for your homes, and they're never going to fall in the ocean. People will be like, that's my guy.
That's my
He's
guy.
got a plan.
Tell them what you want to hear. I mean, it's just like when we was out there, bro. What you saying? If you just trying to smash and you don't care, your mission is get the Foxy Brown, lie.
Like a rug.
Like what politicians are doing, man. They just gonna lie. So and it was and I got to thinking, man, I was like, well dang, what president in modern times has been telling the truth? And a lot of people like, well, you know, Trump's a liar, Biden's a liar, Clinton's a liar, but Obama, you know, I mean, he really wasn't that bad. I was like, really?
Oh yeah, you're right. He never lied. I mean, when he said that, you know, you can keep your doctor.
Right. Really? Let me see if I can find it.
You know, I mean, come on now.
So I mean, here it is. So this is PolitiFact. Let me pull this up and show. I'll show you on the screen. I went to the same site for all these guys we're going to talk about, and
What, to check their lies?
yeah.
Oh
And-
man, that must have been. You must have blew up your computer, boy.
Oh, bro. So here it is. Let's pull it up, and let's do this one. That's better. And then let's pull this up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it.
That's what she said. Merch.
Yeah, go ahead and make that happen for me. That's hilarious. That's what she said. Merch. Yeah.
I
So,
don't like the drum roll. I don't like that.
Well, quit saying dumb jokes and you won't hear that. The more you keep saying these dumb ass jokes, you're gonna keep hearing that drum roll. So
Yeah, that's messed up.
hey man, it's like we talking about telling the truth, ain't we?
Man,
Like,
I'm upset now.
I'm gonna have to give you a code red. You better calm down. You better get it together, Airborne. Give you a code red.
No, that's messed up, man. Because I thought I was doing good. Now you telling me I'm not. Man, that's messed up.
Hey man,
You know I'm
if you
sensitive
weren't
like that.
if you weren't trying to be yeah, you are sensitive like that. You get really people believe that too. People think I'm the mean one. But
Nah.
so PolitiFact,
You are.
PolitiFact, yeah, all right.
How you do it like this?
Yeah, okay. Believe that if you want to. You know what I mean? So PolitiFact, and I'm using this for 1, 2, 3, 4 presidents. We're gonna just kind of roll through this a little bit. And Barack Obama stated in June 29th, 2016, remarks in Iowa, Canada, right? And he's talking about the steel industry is producing as much steel in the United States as it ever was. It's just that,
impossible.
right? It's just that it needs 1/10 of the workers to do workers that it used to. So it
What
just
did he
needs
say?
1/10.
Did he say that in 1942? Is that when he said that?
2016, and PolitiFact's having down that that's just false. Like straight out, that's a lie. You know what I mean? And there's
real?
like there's like he has another one here. My position hasn't changed on using executive authority to address immigration issues. Straight up lie. You know what I mean? And then you kind of click it to see exactly what he's talking about. And you know, and it gives you the whole, you know what I mean? Look, it's I'm not going to use executive powers to do anything about this. And like, it's in your hands, Mr. President. And that's when you get like the dreamers and you get to all those other, you
Man,
know what I
forget
mean?
it. Look, Americans like to get finger banged by, presidents. You know what I mean? Like, tell me just enough to make me happy. You know what I mean?
All day, all night. All day,
That's
all
all they
night.
care about.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just wanted to start with Obama because people are, I was an Obama fan. I thought the brother did good. The brother certainly could have done better, I thought, but people are like, well, he didn't lie. Like, come on, they all lie. It comes with the job.
Who says that? Who says they didn't lie?
People, Team
What?
Obama.
I was gonna say, because they say that, man, I need to sell them something. I got this Ferrari. It looks like a Miata, but it's a
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Exactly. It's Team Obama do that. Team Trump people do that. Team Biden people do that. Candace M, what's good, love? Thanks for coming in and showing some love. Monster Mod over there, she's laughing. She's talking about merch. You know what I mean? Finger banged. You were in rare form today, sir. Oh, Jay Swans, he is, isn't he? He's been gone for a minute.
You know what that is? That's just, just give me a little bit to excite me. That's what people want.
Just blow on it. Just blow on it. Just give me a little something.
There you go. A little something special. Just make me feel good.
Just make me feel good. But
I
I
don't want to feel like I'm in a cult or I'm cheating. Just make me feel good. That's all.
I don't understand why Americans just don't, let's just talk about the truth. We've been printing money and printing money. We've been bailing out, corporations, corporate welfare and all this other kind of stuff going on. 1% is out of control. Just tell the truth. You know what I mean? Like this, we can't print money anymore. We're inflation. It's inflation now.
People can't handle the truth. I done said that. They can't handle it because it makes them feel bad. And if they feel bad, then they won't do the things you want them to do. So you gotta lie to them. Just like I said before, if a girl says she likes the stars and you tell her, well, I'm a janitor, she ain't gonna holler at you. She don't want to hear the truth. She want to hear, oh, you're an astronaut? Wow. And I'd be like, yo, come look at my telescope.
Wow. Right. And then like even this one with Barack Obama was trying to push, he was trying to push the Affordable Care Act. Most young Americans right now, they're not covered by health insurance. And he said that in 2014 and PolitiFact got it straight lie. And we knew that most Americans were covered by most kids were covered by, yes, they were covered by either their family or they were covered by like the free
Medicare
programs out there, Medicare, Medicaid, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but they needed to push this narrative through. So like, yeah, most young Americans aren't covered. Like what? Straight false.
Yeah. Everything's falling apart. Let me save you. That kind of stuff. Like when a creditor calls you and says, hey, I'm going to have you arrested if you don't pay this bill. Some people will pay that money, bruh.
Yeah, they do fall for it quick.
Or what is the IRS call that says, if you don't do this, I'm going to send the police to your house. Then they ask you for your address.
Yes. Right. We're going to send the police to your house. So where do you live? I live in Ukraine.
I guarantee somebody's like, yeah, I live here. Here's my address, but you ain't coming. Like a dummy.
And yeah, the same thing. Like, and that's why, like, you got the guys out there, those phishing emails and stuff like that. They get your phone, they get your phone number, they call you, and those people get swindled out of their money because they believe the lie.
Yeah, dude. Like I said before, man, like a person is dumb. Oh no, a person is smart. It's people that are stupid. And you tell enough people something, they're gonna believe it. And that's all the politicians for. They're hoping that people won't read. They're hoping that people won't do their research, or if they do research, they're hoping that they do it online, and go to their sites that they tell them to go to. So that's why they get away with telling these lies, man. They don't be looking into it. They don't talk to people. You know what I mean? Ask your neighbors what's going on. That sort of stuff. Ask your neighbor's kid who's a college student, hey, do you have medical insurance? do your friends have medical insurance? Go out there and do something besides looking on, Barack Obama says, go to this website so you can see that most Americans don't have medical insurance, and they'll go do it expecting to find something different. Come on now.
That's insane. Is it? I think it's to the point now where they expect you not to know, not that they're hoping. I think now because we're not taught to think critically in school. Is not encouraged. You're taught to be a worker bee, punch the clock, do what you're told.
Bro, most people don't even know. Most people don't even know like American history. So you expect them to know kind of current stuff. Come on.
That's crazy. Ozzy's in the building. What's good, fam? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the love, man. We're here. We're talking about is America ready for the truth in politics? We got Jay Swans with us.
I said not no, but hell no.
You saying, oh hell no, Billy? They're not.
Yeah. I didn't throw the Billy out there yet. That comes later.
So that's funny. And then you got Biden, like same thing here. Let me make it increase the size because I know you blind as a bat.
Yo, how come you going after all the Democratic presidents?
The Republicans are next. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But I wanted to start with Obama because most people viewed Obama as the most honest president.
Now don't say that. Just say because we're black, we're trying to make sure that we level out the playing field.
You can say that too, but most people viewed him as the most. He was the most presidential, the most diplomatic. He's very smart. I would absolutely say he's the smartest president we've had, in recent times.
Hey, he had to be because what's the rule? You got to be 10 times smarter and 10 times better.
10 times better. So he did, but people were like, well, he didn't lie a lot. Like he lied as much as everybody else.
Yes. It's all about them votes, right?
It's all about them votes. Like here's Biden. He said this back in July of this year. The average federal income tax paid by the richest American is 8%. If you're a cop, a teacher, a firefighter, a union worker, you probably 8%. Pay 2 to 3 times that. Yeah, the tax rate. She's like, so you're saying rich people are paying no more than 8% taxes on their money, but you're paying like 24%. You know what I mean? Is what he's trying to say. We got to read this story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who was it that was it Trump that said he paid $500 one year and he was like super proud of it?
Yeah, he's like, because I'm smart. Now,
Hey.
PolitiFact said that the statement is absolutely false. And, it's just Biden doing the Biden thing.
8%? Yeah, man, that's, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Biden's dubious math on federal income tax burden. You know what I mean? So, and here it is right here. It's like, today the richest Americans pay an effective tax rate of more than 20% on income the government counts under the current tax code. Biden's 8% figure compares their tax payments to an amount that includes income that is not currently taxed under law. That makes it a theoretical. What's that noise? Oh, is your phone ringing?
Yeah, that's my phone ringing. Go ahead.
Okay. And like he just, he's like, among households earning $50,000 to $100,000 a year, a category that would include most the rank and file taxpayers. Biden mentioned the vast majority paid effective tax rates of between 0 and 15%, which is not two to three times the rate that the richest pay. So, like right there, right off rip, he's just telling you, I'm going to take money from the rich people because they're rich and they're not paying their fair share. When in fact they are.
That's wrong. Yo, hey, let me jump off for a minute. I got to do this.
All right. So when I see stuff like this, I mean, and again, like when you lie, when you lie, people tend to buy it. I mean, it is what it is. And my point is this: people are like, oh man, you're picking on the liberals, you're picking on the conservatives, you're picking on the Republicans, you're picking on the Democrats. They all lie to you, people. You know what I mean? That's my thing. I understand that they are lying. They are lying, period. Act Ozzy, living in Canada and learning about the U.S. healthcare system was a shocker. Yeah, man, because y'all have, national healthcare system. We should have that, at least prescription drugs. And I've talked about this before. I have high blood pressure. There's 2 meds that I take for my high blood pressure. With my insurance, I pay like $8 for both meds. You know what I mean? One is like $6, the other is $2 or something like that. And I got to take them every day. So maybe every 2 months I have to go and get more. Without my insurance, just one of the meds alone is like $500 for the, like the month or month and a half supply or whatever. Just one of the meds is $500 and the other one is like $70 or something like that. So I basically pay, let's just round the numbers up. I pay $10 for the meds now, but with insurance, but without insurance, it'll be close, close to $800, $700 or $800 for the same medicine. And, I needed to live. So that kind of stuff I don't understand. Like, why can't the national, like the government, our federal government negotiate with pharmaceuticals? And the bottom line is, because the pharmaceutical companies are making a killing. They're making a killing. You know what I mean? Honest and president in the same sentence? Nah, right. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. Americans don't even force our politicians to be honest. You know what I mean? Please take your medication, DL. RIP, Kevin saying, absolutely. I'm going to take it. I see my doctor. I'm trying to live. I got, like I said, I'm thinking about my daughter. I want to be there. Like, I want to be there to help my daughter finesse these dudes out here. You know what I mean? My daughter get out here and get these red pill dudes money. You know what I mean? I want her to get out there and get married to some, very wealthy dude. I mean, walk her down the aisle and give her away and know that she's taken care of. If this doesn't work, she's getting half the dude's stuff. I'm gonna be at the reception talking crazy. I'm gonna make my new son-in-law buy me a really expensive cigar and a big bottle of alcohol. Like, this is how it works. And no, you're not getting a dowry. That's not how we doing it. We ain't traditional over here. But I will thank you for your concern, Candace. But you can kind of see this stuff, man. The gun manufacturers are the only industry in the country that have immunity from lawsuits. We know that's not true. One of the manufacturers they're constantly settling with people. Every time something happens, they are selling. They're paying out millions and millions of dollars every time something horrific happens. The most recent one that's in the news right now, I think it was in Indiana. Some guy went into a mall with an assault style rifle. He shot 3 people. So there's the situation. This is the situation where the bad guy with a gun goes into a mall, becomes an active shooter, and a good guy with a gun. There was a young man inside the mall, legally carrying, concealed carry, who engaged this guy and eliminated the threat. Now people are thinking like in the movies, like, oh yeah, he had his pistol and he was pew pew and it just works. What that young man did is extremely brave. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I would have done the same thing for tons of reasons. If I'm in a situation where I can get out, I can get my loved ones out. I guess that the story goes, this young man was with his girlfriend. He kind of pushed her to safety, made sure she was secure. He went towards the fire, drew his weapon, and engaged the shooter. When you're dealing with someone in a firefight, they have an assault style rifle, a shoulder fired weapon, and you have a sidearm, a pistol. You are at a serious disadvantage. So what he did was insanely brave. I'm not even sure if, what type of training he had. I'm not even sure if he understood the situation, but that was a brave man. He went and he did what he had to do. So, applause to that brother. You know what I mean? Whoever he is. But the thing I worry about most in this particular situation is if he isn't properly insured, he could face some civil issues being sued by the survivors, or maybe being sued by the victim's family, like the people who didn't survive. Maybe they sue him for not acting sooner or something like that. And I know we have good Samaritan laws in this country, but it's stuff like that worries me. And like I said, people like, come on, Uncle Sam, you sound like a punk. You saying you wouldn't go engage this guy? I probably wouldn't. If it's me and my daughter and we can get out of the situation. If an active shooter comes into a situation, when a grocery store, the mall, wherever, and somebody comes in shooting, and my daughter and I can get out, we're getting out. I'm not gonna sit there and engage in a firefight, especially with my child with me, or a loved one or something like that, or even by myself. If I can get out of the situation, I'm getting out of the situation. Now, if I can't, if the shooter is between me and the exit, well, now I got to do what I got to do. And I am a good shot. I do train. I know what I'm doing. But with my pistol, I'm going to have to get close. Like if I'm carrying, for instance, and let me go to a single shot here. If I'm out and about like today, I'm carrying my Glock. This is a Glock 36. It fires a 45 caliber round. Right? This is not a double stack round. And what I mean by double stack is the magazine holds less. It holds less bullets, less ammunition than some other variants of the same type pistol. Like for instance, I have a Glock 23, which is a 40 millimeter pistol that holds twice as many bullets in one magazine as this one. So this thing holds 6. Right, it had 6 rounds in that magazine plus the one in the chamber. That's 7 bullets. Normally, if I'm carrying this, I have an extra clip in my pocket. If I'm carrying that, so it gives me 13 bullets. If I got this weapon and I have to face an individual with an assault style rifle, let's say it's an AR, and he has 30 round clips. He has a 30 round clip in that weapon, and maybe has a couple extra magazines on him. I'm at a disadvantage. If I have to engage a shooter with my weapon, my pistol versus that shoulder fire weapon, my pistol versus an AK or an AR or something like that, I'm at a serious disadvantage. So I was talking about the shooter, the young man, I think it was in Indiana, that engaged the active shooter. And did you hear about this?
Yeah. He pulled his weapon and shot him. But he wasn't close up. He was at distance. So, and he pushed his girlfriend out of the way, which, that shows right there. He's got common sense.
He's got common sense. But I was saying, had it been me in a mall in a situation like that, I would probably just leave. I'm not going to engage this thing. Again, my biggest fear is I hope this young man has some additional insurance.
Oh, because somebody will file a lawsuit, I mean, definitely. But no, I mean, that whole engaged, not engaged, there's a whole lot of factors in that.
So and I was talking about, engaging, pistol, handgun versus long gun, long rifle, assault rifle. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
You're gonna lose. If you got a handgun, you're gonna lose. I mean, it's one of those that comes down to, what does your life depend on? I mean, if you're in a situation where you may live or die, or someone you care about may live or die. I mean, if you got a knife, you're gonna probably do whatever you can to save yours or the people you care about's lives. So, I mean, every situation is different. So it depends on what you're feeling at the time. There's a lot of guys that talk real tough. I know a whole bunch of guys that are like, oh, if I was there, I would do this and I would do that. I'd be like, man, shut your ass up. The difference between a coward and a hero is like 5 seconds.
5 seconds, bro.
The hero will do it for 5 more seconds than everybody else.
I'm here to tell you, bro, from real life experience. When the defecation hits the oscillator, bro, that's when you find out who you are and what you're made of. And like I said,
defecation hits the oscillator.
So, and the thing is this. I have a lot of training. I have a lot of experience. Yes, I've been shot at. If I can get out of a situation, I'm getting out of the situation. I'm no hero. I'm not trying to do that, especially if I'm not looking for a fight. It's different if I have that thing with me. You know what I mean? If I'm out and about and I'm looking for trouble and I got that thing with me, or if I have the AK with me and I have 200 plus rounds with me, that's a different scenario.
I mean, you never know. I mean, the situation, you look up and there's, the dude is shooting at a child care and you got a handgun. You know what I mean? That might be a different conversation, versus, he's at the gym popping off rounds and the brother's playing hoop. It's a different conversation.
Right. But, now, and again, we weren't there. Apparently this all took place in a food court. Maybe there were a lot of children running around. I mean, we don't know what the factors were that led this young man to do what he did. Like, we don't know what the factors were. Man,
that was delicious.
Yeah, I can tell you drank it like, boy, you ain't never drank nothing in your life. Drank it like it was red Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know what the situation was. And again, and salute to that brother for doing that. He saved countless lives. There's no doubt of that. He saved countless lives.
I mean, but there's been different situations. Like that lady, I want to say she was down there in Tampa, the one that they tried to steal her puppy or something like that. She ran out the house shooting her AR pistol down the street and doing this and that.
Just spray and pray, pop. She's just letting it die.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous there. But I mean, that's a situation. You never know. I mean, that's what your weapon is for, is to defend your life, and possibly defend, others if you can. So, I mean, he did the right thing.
He did the right thing. But the bottom line is, long gun versus little gun, assault rifle versus pistol, man, it takes a pair. It takes a pair. That guy got lucky. We don't know what it was. Maybe he had good concealment and he was able to close the distance to get into a range where he can get off some good rounds. Get some rounds on target. Yeah. But I'm not, and that's the bottom line. You have to close the distance, y'all. If I got a shoulder fire weapon, I'm good. Hell, I'm good up to 300 meters. With the training that I have. But if I don't, I cannot shoot a target 300 meters away with my pistol. I don't care how many movies you've seen that in. Right?
Bro, if I got an AR with a 16-inch barrel and a collapsible stock and 30-round magazine, my odds are pretty good of surviving that encounter with somebody with a handgun. Is that so? I mean, dude might have got it. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there, but he did the right thing. I mean, he saved lives. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. And and he made a split-second decision. I'm gonna do this.
He made the judgment call.
Yeah, I can either run or I can stay in the fight. That fight or flight thing. He did. He decided to stay in the fight. There's not too many people that would do that. I would beg that. I would say that most people would run. Most people would run.
Sitting here today, man, I can tell you, man, I don't depend on the situation, man. Unless there are a bunch of kids there, I'm probably getting out of the situation. We're in a mall. I'm just going the other way. I'm getting out of the situation. You know what I mean? But I mean, Jay Swans, I don't know. What would you do, bro?
I don't know. It depends on the situation, who I was there with. If I'm there with my wife, I'm getting her out of the way. I give a damn about everybody else. I'm getting my wife out of the way. If I had kids there, I'm getting my wife and kids out of the way. I give a damn about everybody else. If I'm standing there with you, I don't know. We might go get the dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go, put it this way, I'm not going to go run downstairs looking for him.
Right.
But if he's in, you know, if he's in, I'm like, that's him right there. You know what I mean? That's him right there. He's got his back to us. We can get him. All we got to do is get within, 20 feet. We can make it happen. Then, I might make that happen. But I don't know.
And again, and here's that conversation would go. We see the guy come. We hit the rounds. We see the guy come into play. Instinctively, we're seeking cover. So we're in a mall. We're behind something. Right away, we're behind something. And I'm going to turn to him. He's going to turn to me. I'm like, what are you carrying?
That's yes.
you know what I mean? What are you carrying? And he'll say,
it won't be a long conversation. Quietly,
no.
You already know. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and honestly, I don't think it'd even be a conversation because we know each other well enough. We could look at each other and be like, oh, damn, here we go.
Yeah. I see either one of us, if either one of us is drawing our weapon and starting to make a move, we both making a move.
Yeah. So, I mean,
we're both making a move. And if he begins to withdraw, yes. And if either one of us draws our weapon and makes a move, we both make the move. If either one of us keeps our weapon concealed and we egress out, then we both egress out.
Yeah, like I said, it would just depend on the situation. I mean, I could sit there all day and be like, I would do this and I would do that. But fear would change your whole situation. It would change your whole perspective.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
See somebody next to you's head split wide open. I mean, it'll change your whole situation. So, like I said, anybody gonna sit there and be like, well, I would do this and do that. Now, one thing I can say I would not do, that I am 100% positive I would not do, is that bullshit them fake ass girly cops down in Texas did.
Yeah, that Uvalde shit, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I'm gonna do one or the other, but I'm not gonna do what they did. I'm not gonna sit there and have all my weapons out and my shields out and doing all this stuff like it's a training op and not doing anything.
Listen to kids screaming and getting killed. No,
let's not get there. We'll both get upset, bro. You notice I haven't talked about that. We did 2 or 3 shows on that and then I stopped. I haven't talked about the videos that have come out. I don't even want to discuss it. You know what I mean? That is just disgusting. But as 2 private citizens, and we're sitting there, an active shooter event unfolds in front of us. It's just us. Our family's not there. Our situation is different. We have training. We know what it is. Again, even if I got if I'm carrying my single stack, like I was telling you guys the difference between a single stack and a double stack magazine, the single stack holds less bullets because they're kind of in line. A double stack, they're kind of offset a little bit. So, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. You know what I mean? I'm a slow game banger. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's hard to explain, y'all. But look it up. Single stack versus double stack basically means, like, if I'm carrying the Glock 17 or if I'm carrying the Glock 23, I got more bullets. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. If I'm carrying something that holds 16 in the magazine, I'm not carrying an additional magazine. I'm just carrying that. So I don't.
But see, I carry an additional magazine now, and it's not to carry more bullets. It's in case my magazine malfunctions.
See, I carry for the extra rounds. But you have a really good point there, because this mag I go from having 7 bullets. I think I got 7 rounds to having 0 because my mag is malfunctioning. Okay, so now I'll start carrying an extra clip whenever. And normally, and a lot of times I'm carrying just a revolver. I might have the 38 special on me. I might be strapped to my ankle. I'm not engaging anybody with that. Yeah, you got to be up on top of me if I got a 38 special. I'm not shooting it out with nobody with a 38 special.
Well, I know in the military we call the handgun a dead man's gun, because if you pulling your handgun out, situation's all fucked up. It's FUBAR.
Yeah, so, that's snafu all the way. Situation all fucked up. That's snafu, FUBAR. That fucked up beyond all recognition. It's the same thing. Yeah. So that's close quarters stuff. If you're pulling out your sidearm, that's close quarters. You're on top of each other. Yeah,
a handgun is for self-defense. A rifle's for offense. So but once again, I have lasers, and you got dudes with red dots, and you got all kinds of stuff. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. And we're talking the truth here. Politicians have never had this conversation with you. They'll simply tell you how guns are bad, and they want to get out. If they get rid of all the guns, then no one will get shot anymore. That's what they want to tell you, and we all know that's BS.
They'll just get shot with the guns that are buried in people's backyard,
right? Or the guns that people just make. They make guns in prisons. They make zip guns. Like, people are always going to make weapons. And shout out to Candace again. She's like, please take your medication, DL. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Absolutely, I will. Candace because I was telling them how much my meds cost with insurance for my blood pressure, the 2 meds I take, how much with insurance versus without. It's like $6 or $8 with insurance, and it's almost $800 without for the same meds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was in response, because you stepped away. That was in response to Brother Ak Ozzy's comment like living in Canada and learning about the U.S. healthcare system was a shocker. And I'm like, yeah, bro, because they have at least that. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
They have an affordable healthcare system.
Richest country on the planet. We got like the most expensive healthcare too. Go figure.
Because people making money. It's easy to figure. That money's going somewhere. You know what I mean? That money's going somewhere. So, and then Candace M, she was like, we live in such a litigious society more times than not. Someone will turn their cheek versus engaging in an active shooter, robber, etc. I hope that young man is praised as a hero and not sued. I think it'll be a little bit of both. I think he will be praised as a hero. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm anticipating him getting sued, and guess what? They'll do a GoFundMe, and I'll throw a whole bunch of money his way. You know what I mean? Because if that were to happen, if this poor young man were to get sued, there would be a GoFundMe, and guess what? There would be millions of dollars in that fund in less than a day.
Probably, yeah.
There would be millions of dollars in that fund.
Well, think about it. I mean, like you got people, you know, if you're in a restaurant and you see somebody, you know, choking on a hot dog or whatever, you know, people won't do the Heimlich, because if you do the Heimlich and you save his life, but you crack a rib doing it, he gonna sue you.
And that's the proper way to do the Heimlich. If you ain't crack a rib, you ain't do it right.
Yeah, CPR, same thing. You know what I mean? Like somebody will mess around and sue you if you hurt them saving their life. So, you know, now the thing is you run up on somebody, you ask them, is it okay for me to touch you?
And they can't breathe.
Is it okay for me to do this for you? Would you like me to call you an ambulance? You know, and the ambulance will be there in about 15 minutes. So
you'll be nice and blue and dead by then. And there are Good Samaritan laws, but I think the Good Samaritan laws are really, really weak, and they don't really help you.
I don't know if they work in a civil court though. You know, that sort of thing.
That's a good point. That is a real good point. And now, and Candace has a good point. Now we live in a society where, you know, you turn your back on people. What happened to being a good Samaritan? What happened to that? What happened to, like, you know, the morals?
Lawyers looking at every aspect and every word in the Constitution and in the law. You know, it says A, it doesn't say and, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, looking at all the ors, where the thes are. I mean, you know, it's all about the attorneys, man. That's what it is. That's where the money is.
Yeah,
and everybody's looking for an angle. Nobody wants to work hard. I mean, think about it. Let's say, you know, God forbid, you know, somebody's mom, you know, has a heart attack, and, you know, you run in there and you're doing CPR, you crack her rib, but she dies. They're going to sue you, talking about you killed her.
Wrongful death.
Yes.
Wrongful death.
You might go up for manslaughter.
Depending on how aggressive depending on how aggressive the DA is, you absolutely could. And you know what? It affects me in my day-to-day life. I see stuff, like you see something going on, like I'm not getting involved. I'm not going to say anything, right? Because things like you could escalate so fast. And yeah, I'm armed, but that's even more reason why I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get into a situation where, damn, I had to use my weapon when all I had to do was shut my mouth and keep it moving.
Well, you know, here's an example this morning. You know, I mean, I'm getting some breakfast at the little mom and pop spot around the corner. And, you know, a lady comes in with her wheelchair, you know, and she tried, you know, I hold the door for her, but she tries to get over, you know, the little hump that's in the doorway.
Yeah.
And she starts to roll backwards, and I reach down, and the only place I could grab, you know what I mean, was like the chair between her legs part, you know what I mean, like the seat.
You know essay, you're gonna have to go around and introduce yourself to everybody.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and one of those, I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed the chair, you know. Now, mind you, she could have been like, oh, you know, had a heart attack. Oh my God, you molested me and blah, blah, blah. Fortunately, she was like, oh, thanks for catching me. She almost rolled, you know, she almost flipped the chair over going back. It
might have been the other way. She might have been checking you out. You looking like a little butterball over there with your shaved head. She probably looked at you like this. Yo, she'd have been like, holla, 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 holla.
Hey, did you pay the bills? That's what it comes down to.
You ain't paying the bills. She'd be like, you better come do this, or I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah,
you don't have to go around. But you make a valid point, brother. We're thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, and I mind you, I didn't think about it at the time. I just grabbed the chair. You know, what I mean, that's the only place I could grab it. You know, what I mean, it just. And now I wasn't all up in her crotch, nothing like that. But I caught the chair, you know, between, you know, the metal part between her legs or whatever. But it could have gone. I mean, she could have turned around and flipped out and be like, "Oh, I'm traumatized." You know, quietly, the little girl's mom in the store that was sitting at a table could have been, "Oh, my daughter's not traumatized because she saw you, you know, attack that woman." Yes. You know, that sort of thing.
Or let's flip it. Let's flip it all the way the other way. What if you reached under there, you grabbed it, but her chair was rickety, and you cut your hand?
Yeah, there you go. Now me, I would just, you know, but it'd have been no big deal to me.
You suck it up and you move on.
Yeah, but somebody might have been like, "Oh, I tried to help you, cut my hand. You know, now it's infected. Now, you know, now I'm gonna I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue the wheelchair company." I'm gonna sue the pants you were wearing when you were there.
I'm gonna sue the restaurant. You know, again, this is what we're talking about, y'all, and this all kind of goes into what we're talking about here with but being lied to and not being ready for the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is when you help somebody, you're taking a chance. Shit could go bad. That's the truth, but you shouldn't be sued for it. You shouldn't be punished for it.
Well, I mean, back to the politicians thing. I mean, you can't, you want to do the right thing, but, doing the right thing can get you in trouble. Being a politician, doing the right thing, might not get you the votes. Look what's going on down there with that is he a senator or a congressman? I think he's a congressman, the Navy SEAL guy down there in Texas.
Okay, I haven't been following this one. I haven't been following this one.
He chose to disagree with the GOP one time. Just
one time.
Yeah, I don't agree with this.
Do you remember what it was? Do you remember the issue?
I couldn't even tell you. I just know they call him Eye Patch McCain now.
Now I know. Now I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about now.
They call him Eye Patch McCain. They're talking about he's a rhino and a traitor because he disagreed with. He didn't agree with everything everybody was saying.
And that's why I don't fuck with those thanks for your service people. That's why I don't fuck with them. Those are the same people who run around screaming thanks for your service. This man's tip of the spear gave his eye for the country and Lord knows what else, right? And this is how they treat him because it was probably a moral issue. The guy was like, I'm just not with that. And then they all, oh man. Mm-mm.
And it's the dude that did the video of him jumping out of an airplane talking about he's coming to save America.
I ain't gonna lie though. That's kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of hard, bro. That's kind of hard. I gotta give him that. I ain't mad at him, but
it's funny though. But I mean, but that's you try to do the right thing, people eat you up for it. So it's easier just to lie. Like I said, if you're going out to chase a girl and she says, "Oh, I like the moon and the stars. Oh, me too. I'm a janitor. Hopefully we can go on top of the office building I work at and look at them." She ain't gonna try to holler at you.
She's out of there like this, bro. She be out of there like the road runner. You know what I mean? Exactly. She's out of there like that. So
exactly.
I like my buttons, bro. I got my buttons.
That's what she said. That's merch.
So and Ak Ozzy was saying, I don't know if I read this, but Ak Ozzy was saying, heroes don't live long. You got a good point, bro. And when you talk about being heroic on the battlefield, that's not somebody trying to get glory and fame. That's someone like me trying to save Jay Swans. That's someone like Jay Swans trying to save me.
It ain't about like, well, I'm gonna get a medal for this. Except that cat in what was that when we were soldiers? Talking about tell him I died for my country.
I'm proud. I'm happy I was able to die for my country. Like, man, you must be high. Must be high. That was a great movie, by the way. Mel Gibson, We Were Soldiers, is based on a book called We Were Soldiers and Young. It's about the I Train Valleys, one of the first major battles in Vietnam, and that was the 7th Infantry, 7th Cavalry. I'm sorry, 7th Cavalry.
Custer's regiment.
Custer's regiment. It almost ended up the same way. If you watch the movie, there was a part in there where they had to go broken arrow, and broken arrow was a term that they used when a high-ranking
units being overrun,
or it was like a high-ranking officer on the field. So he was a full bird colonel, and they were trying to get him out of there. And he refused to go. Apparently, this is true. He refused to leave. They were ordering him to come back to the rear. We need you to do something. He refused to do it because they knew they were going to be overran. I guess the higher ups were looking at the situation like, "Yo, man, these boys about to get overrun." So when he finally did get overrun, he gave the order for his radio man and his forward control guys to call broken arrow. And broken arrow back then was a term where all available air assets will converge on that location, because that means you are about to be run. Not like we think we're going to be overrun. Not like we think this is no, they are here. They are in the perimeter. Broken arrow. And they brought all of the air assets onto that location, and they pushed Charlie back. Now that was I guess that was November Victor Charles. That was like the North Vietnamese regulars, the NVC.
Yeah. Yo, and what the Ak Ozzy was saying about the heroes don't live long. If you're trying to be a hero, you don't live long.
Yeah.
If you're just doing the right thing, you'd be surprised what you can do.
You'd be surprised what you survive.
Yeah. If you're trying to be a hero, I mean, I would love to be able to sit down with like Audie Murphy and ask him, "Were you trying to do all them things?" And they'd probably say, "I didn't realize what was happening.
Right.
I just I was trying to save, lives, trying to save my friends." That kind of thing.
Ain't nobody in their right mind is going to stand fully exposed on a Sherman tank firing a M150 caliber machine gun while the tank is on fire and you know it's going to explode. No one's going to do that. No one's going to think, let me do this. This is a good idea.
Hey, I mean, like I said, you'll be surprised what you do for the love of your brothers. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what it comes down to it. And but yeah, if you're trying to be a hero, yeah, you're not going to live very long.
You sure are not. And Candace M, exactly. People do not want to intervene for fear of reprisal, and that's so true, and it's so sad. That's where we are as a society right now. It's so sad. And Act Ozzy's lawyers have clients. No good deeds goes unpunished. I say that all the time. I agree with you wholeheartedly. No good deed goes unpunished. That is so true, brother. And you know, we went on a long tangent here. Well, not me on a long tangent here based on this right here. Gun manufacturers are the only industry in the country that have immunity from lawsuits. And we know that's a lie. Like, we don't even have to look at this, but I'm going to pull it up anyway.
I was going to say, I mean, can you sue a car company if you're hitting a DUI? Can you sue the car company?
You can sue anybody, but Tesla got their asses sued when that homeless lady jumped in front of their Tesla and she got hit and killed.
See? Well, there you go. So I mean, yeah. So
and Tesla had a person sitting behind the wheel. There was because they were still in testing phase. There was a human being paid to sit behind the wheel, but of course she was texting or reading a book or whatever she was doing. Yeah. And then they did the research, and because the homeless person jumped out. It's not that she was homeless. The poor woman jumped out, and the car reacted faster than a human could react. So the car did its job. It was just nothing it could do.
Oh, so she just jumped right in front of her. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, anybody can be sued, man. So the gun companies, they can be sued. You know, they just got better lawyers than most people can afford and get them out of it. That's all that is. I mean, there's nobody immune to anything.
And then, you know, like they said, it was short. Like, if your time is short, we couldn't read because ours is a little bit short. The gun industry is not entirely exempt from being sued. And it's susceptible to some lawsuits. And we see that. We know some manufacturers have settled out of court. You know, I think that happened in Sandy Hook. It might have happened in Columbine. Don't quote me on it, but I know some of these higher profile shootings, they went after the gun manufacturers. I think they went after the people who made bump stocks. Then not only did they make them illegal, but I think some people were sued.
That was that Las Vegas thing. That's when they went after the people that made bump stocks.
Right. So, I mean, but I think they did.
Because, you know, the running gag is like, if you're going, you know, let's say you get in a car accident, you know, you're going to sue like the shoe the person was wearing when they stepped on the gas or the brake, you know, you're going to sue the pants they were wearing because the pants were too tight. He couldn't get to the brake in time. I mean, you know, you just work from there.
Brother, I mean, there was a woman that sued. Did you hear about the woman who sued the car manufacturer because she was giving up some Foxy Brown in the car and caught the STD, and she sued the car manufacturer and they settled.
There you go. See, right there. You know, if those seats were leather, you know, she might not have got that rash. You know,
right? Like, damn. Like, you okay? And again, that's, people don't want to hear the truth. The truth is, there is a such thing as a frivolous lawsuit. There's certain things that should not. You should have to meet a barrier. I mean, or you know, some sort of barrier to entry to for these sort of lawsuits. And the truth is, we restrict some people from doing it. But the bad thing is, you'll be throwing out the baby with the bad bathwater, because there will be some legit fix. Yeah, it's a hard fix.
Well, I mean, you know, you have let's take, you know, the women. Let's take people that have been forced into sexual intercourse who did not want it. Did I get that right?
Yeah, we clean.
You can't say that. Okay. So, you
know, we're clean, unlike that lady who sued because she got that STD. But no, you get that thing where you have some people who would say that, no, you never, you know, they'll make up stuff because they're mad at somebody, you know, and the courts will throw that stuff out, but they'll also throw out stuff that legitimately happened. Right. You know, and they won't charge the women who make, because you're talking about just you're talking about fake allegations versus real allegations.
Real allegations, which, you know, the lines can get blurred sometimes, you know. So, I mean, but if the courts start throwing stuff out, they're going to throw some of the good stuff out with the bad stuff.
And that sucks.
That's the problem right there.
And then that opens up a window for people with money, influence, and power to go out here and run amok, and then they can use this because they have the money and the people to beat you down when you really do have a legitimate claim. They can just make you look bad or whatever. And Candace M was like, I heard about the Foxy Brown lady, and she's like shaking her head. You know what I mean? Shaking my head. These watches.
Shoot, I'm mad. I didn't catch it. I didn't come up with that idea first. Shoot, I'd have been like, yo, man.
See, you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
I'm sitting in your car.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, bro. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. These watchers, man, what's good? Salute to you, brother. I've been out there looking for you, man. It's good to hear from you. I was just about to hit you up on Instagram just to make sure you're okay, bro. I haven't seen you making moves out there. So thanks for popping in. Big up at DL saying I really want to know podcast. What's good, fam? I'm good over here, man. Me and Jay Swan's over here talking about why politicians lie and will we ever get a president?
Talking about that dirty ass chick that sued Ford Motors or whatever it was.
Yeah, we talking about her too. You know what I mean? Whoever the hell she sued, that is funny though. And like even more, like you look at this political fact stuff, like Joe Biden. When Biden took office, there was no vaccines available. We knew there were vaccines available. Like these lies that they tell, it's like, come on, bro, they blatant.
How did he say that? Because they had the vaccine available before he even took office, because they had figured it out. They just weren't distributing it. That's what was going on.
That's what was going on.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out how they were going to distribute it.
Yes. But he should have said that. He didn't. But you know what he said was false. And even here, I've been in and out of Iraq and Afghanistan over 40 times. Like, bro, they can see how many times you've been there. Like, that's a lie. Look at that, false. That's a lie. Like,
David, that's what I mean. Some of these lies are so ridiculous. What was the one? Trump's big one for me was when they had what did he say? When they were the militaries, all the ammo and supplies and bullets were almost all gone when he took office.
Oh, we're about to go. Like because you were like, okay, where are the Republicans? You were like, where are the Republicans?
This is funny. I mean, Biden's thing that's the equivalent of that, though. I was like, man, really? Come on, dog.
Well, we finna. Who's up next? I think we got Donald J. Trump is up next. Give me a second. You pull up this new one. Trump is up next. And I purposely stayed on PolitiFacts for all of them. You know what I mean? Just because it's the same platform. You know, there's no funny business going on. I just wanted to, stay on the same platform and see what they had to say about these various presidents. You know what I mean? And this is when Brian Kemp, the Secretary of State, perhaps in collusion with the radical left Democrats, are attempting to unseat U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is absolutely out of her mind. That's another thing too. Let's talk about the truth in politics. Little shorty crazy, man. Yeah, y'all want the truth? She crazy. Yo, Republicans, what are y'all doing?
She ain't even fine either. Like, she ain't even fine. I can't figure that one out. Like,
she ain't even fine. Like, and yo, the right. I'll give you that. AOC, she's out there too, but she's no Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, AOC is out there, but at least she can keep herself together. She was in the news. Apparently, there was a guy from the right on the steps of Congress saying stuff to her like, "Look at that ass. You know what I mean? I think you're great. You're doing a good job, but boy, oh boy, I love to rock that booty. Look at that booty." Talking to saying this. Wow. You know what I mean? And I mean, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I'm sitting there like, oh, she's supposed to have a boyfriend? You know what I mean?
Or even a man in the area hearing that. Like, I ain't saying he got to put his hands on dude, but like, you can get between them and be like, why don't you go ahead and leave? No, sir, you need to stay here. I mean, sometimes you just need a man to stand up and be a man.
See, this is the case where I am the mean one. I wouldn't have said nothing to dude. I'd have waited till the situation was over. I'd have followed his ass around the corner with my mask on, and I'd have lit his ass up. You know what I mean? You go ahead and call the police. I'd have tore his ass up, and I wouldn't have said a word. It wouldn't be one of those, I'm beating you and talking to you. I'm just beating you. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. It's like a dog, man. You gotta beat his ass up and rub his nose in. I probably would have been rubbing his nose into the concrete. You know what I mean? Because that's just wrong. That's too aggressive. That's too aggressive. And again, if you know what I mean, like, if we're gonna be honest, you know what I mean, dude deserved to get his ass beat for that shit. If she was just a friend of mine, if AOC was just a friend, I'll be looking for dude.
And that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, I don't understand. I mean, the culture of grown men going after women and children, talking crazy and doing that kind of stuff. I don't understand where that came from. Then you got the men on the other side who just, well, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to say anything, or she told me not to say nothing. I'm like, at some point your man stuff kicks in and you gotta speak up.
And that's going to be another conversation, bro. But that's the problem with what's going on today. Me and you talk about this RP stuff, this blue pill, this RP and BP stuff, this red pill, blue pill world. But here's the thing. Men are not men anymore. and there's no leadership, and they think it's cool. Like Act Ozzy put in there, she has a fiance. You know what I mean? And cameras every day. Hey, look, cameras, yeah, but I got a mask on. I don't care. And here's the thing: the police know what time it is. They're not going to investigate that too hard. They know what it is. That's Capitol Police too. They're gonna be like, yeah, we glad he did. Whoop your little ass. Come up here again, dude might see you. You know what I mean?
Well, the other issue too is that she's in the limelight, so her fiance can't engage and say and do things that he could if she wasn't in the limelight. Because people would be like, look, AOC's guy's violent, and we can't have violence because we're all loving and that crap.
I got a button for that. Hold up. What do you really believe the shit that you just said?
What are you talking about? What did I just say?
If you were AOC's fiance, you weren't there.
Oh, no. I'm not saying I would. I'm saying that might be how she's she's telling him to behave. Like, you can't get engaged.
Okay, so she tells you that. She tells you this. She tells you not to. Hey, baby,
that doesn't work like that for me. We know this,
and it shouldn't work like that for any man.
That might work like that for him. He might have been born after 1980. I'm just saying.
I can't believe I can't believe you're playing devil's advocate right now for this side, dude.
Yeah.
Any man.
No. I'm not saying he's right. No, I mean, because I think that he should stand up. But you have people on, because AOC's far left. You know what I mean? So you got people on that far left extreme that might be like, well, he's being too aggressive. Look how violent he is. And, we don't do what we believe in using our words. Well, sometimes, the word you need to use are pal,
I get I used my words. As I was beating his ass, I was talking to him.
Exactly. But
don't you ever.
But there's people out there, like them same people that are like, I don't want to spank my kids because, that's child abuse. No, if you don't know the difference between a spanking and child abuse, then you're right. You shouldn't have kids. Listen, but you got people out there that believe in that. So
listen,
not me.
Listen, Sister AOC, if you out there, Lord knows everybody know I love Latinas. You are beautiful, right? If your man is not stepping up to uphold your honor, all I got to say is this.
Holla, 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 holla.
There you go.
All I got to say is that because
she says Don or D or whatever you call yourself. What do you call yourself? DL.
She'll be calling me Poppy.
You gotta use the right name. DL. You can't be so mean. You got to be nice.
I'll be nice.
Gotta use don't call me baby no more. Oh wait, you can call baby because that's neutral, right?
Yeah, see him more. See him more. Claro.
Yes. So there you go.
Claro.
Yeah, you can use, but you can't call her. You can't say, hey, where's she at? Because that's not a pronoun that you can use now.
That's fine. We'll use whatever pronouns you want. Whatever. This is your world, baby. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? No problem. No. That's what I'm gonna tell her while we sitting there while she doing her thing. You know what I mean? While we working on that Foxy Brown.
Hold up. No, you can't do that because that's lying to her. You say you ain't doing that.
No, I'm just listening to her. I'm letting it flow through. I'm listening to okay. And then guess what?
Around, put your face in this pillow.
Now turn around. Like my man Brett Ernst says in his bit, and go look up. Brett Ernst is one of the funniest comedians in the game right now. He's on YouTube. He's BrettErnst.com. He has a website where he puts up his routines, and he has a routine where he's talking about he has this girl put her hands on the wall like she's being arrested. She ain't wearing no clothes, just got on high heels. It's hilarious. So
I just like how you just said, no, I'm not lying to her. I'm just letting her tell what she wants to say.
Yeah, you're right. Letting it flow through. I'm just letting it flow through.
You're right. I used the wrong pronoun. Why don't you turn around and put your face in this pillow?
Put your face in this pillow. You know what I mean? For real. That's what I'm talking about. I'll be asking her how to say Foxy Brown in Spanish. Come on, CD, say Foxy Brown. You know what I mean? Be all about that. And guess what? She'll be like, after the fact, apparently that guy got mugged or something. It must be like karma. Like the universe must have hurt me. I put it out there like, yeah, it was the universe, baby. The universe heard you loud and clear.
You'd be like, yeah, once you focus on what you was doing.
Yeah. I want you get back to work. Just get back to work, my dear. And this is not sexist, people.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Don't talk with your mouth full. This is not sexist, people.
This is
what I would do with if I were the fiance. This is how I would roll. I'm not saying he's not doing that. I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know. But real talk, I mean, all jokes aside.
I can't even keep a straight face, man.
All jokes aside, that guy who
You'd be like, he did what? Girl, he tripping.
yeah. All jokes aside, that guy who did that to her, that guy who did that. I mean, he planned that out. He came, he was saying those things. I mean, he was saying like, you got a fat ass. He was saying some real foul shit, right?
Sure
and,
would.
First Amendment. I believe in that. You can say what you want to say. He didn't break any laws. The words he was using were offensive. Oh, well, I get that. But here's the deal. If she's my fiance, dude got a problem. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do anything,
But,
there's I'm not gonna delete the guy, nothing like that. But he getting his ass kicked. And he was a punk. You could tell he was a punk.
yeah, well, the image that she portrays is that, everything's hunky-dory and all this other stuff, and we all get along and, use your words and that sort of thing. I mean, like I said, like I told you before, man, women, they love Ralph Tresvant. He's cute, he's sensitive, he'll listen. But when the door gets kicked in 2:00 in the morning, they're like, where's Bobby?
They want Bobby Brown. And it's funny you bring that up. And look, Ozzy was like, Jay Swan's gonna get you canceled before you make it. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro.
Shoot, I'm making it hot. You lucky I didn't say he'd be turning around talking about put your leg up on the wall. Oh, but that's another story.
Yeah, don't get me canceled. Please don't get me. You know what I mean?
Hold on, I do it like this. How we used to do it like this? Yeah, you don't know nothing about that. Your boy don't know nothing about that.
You don't know nothing about that there, boy. Nothing about that there. Yeah, y'all looking at some too. What do OGs do when they talk? They do this.
Nah, that's that knowing where the bodies are buried stuff. That's what that is. Can't get away with nothing. Throwing jammy jams. Man, look, we started. Look, House Party was filmed after us. They made this.
That's real talk. What we was doing. They was talking about that. But no, I mean, but like I said, man, all bullshit aside. What that man did was wrong. There are consequences to your actions. He should face that penalty. He should be violated.
You used to be able to snatch somebody up for that. Like I said before, man, like I think that a lot of stuff changed when it was okay to do my mama joke, your mama jokes. I think a lot of that changed because, them was fighting words back when we was young. Now it's like, you can talk about somebody's mama like it ain't nothing.
Shit, man, we was coming up, they had a song.
When she broke her leg, gravy spilled out. I mean,
hey, bro, we had all that, man. They was like, man, your mama got a wooden leg with a kickstand. That was a good one. We would go back and forth with our crew, but if you weren't part of our crew and you said some shit like that, your mama got a wig with a chin strap and you ain't part of our crew. Yeah, you fighting, but and then that song came out. Your mama got crack. Your mama's on crack rock. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean that's what that stuff is. I mean, like there nothing's off limits now. So cats be saying whatever, and then most of them ain't never tasted blood in their mouth. So that's the other issue they got. So they don't know what the consequences are. It's like touching a hot stove. You burn yourself once, you don't have to touch that shit again.
This punk ass dude need to get his ass kicked, bro. And it's not because it was AOC. If some guy did the same thing to Marjorie Taylor Greene, it does not matter.
If somebody did the same thing to to lady living next door to you, you know what I mean? Like he deserved to get his ass kicked. I mean, any man that's down to do that's a coward anyway. So I mean,
absolutely, because he knew what time it was. I'm going to the nation's capital. I'm filming this thing, right? I'm going to say all these.
I'm trying to make something happen. Trying to get a lawsuit.
Trying to get a lawsuit. I'd have called dude. I'm telling you,
just like that cat on Mike Tyson's plane.
Right.
Sitting behind Mike Tyson, running his mouth, got his ass beat.
He deserved that ass. He deserved to get that dude. You know what I mean? He purposely did it. That's what he gets. You know what? And they should make him pay Mike Tyson money. I don't know how that turned out.
No, I think they dropped the charges because at first they were going to charge Tyson with something, but they dropped the charges. But I mean, that's part of the thing. Like cats, they're not getting their ass kicked for stupid stuff now. So that now they get paid for it. They get lawsuit money. So it is what it is. It
is what it is, but it's terrible. But that guy, whoever you are, bro, I hope you see this. You know what I mean? You need to get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? And if you got something to say to me, whatever you say to me, please attach your location. Just like the song. Send me your location and you can get all this.
Also it's the vibe you give off as a man too. I mean, because my sister said this to me, when I was out in Cali. She was like, everybody knows. Like, she's like, I've never heard you say, don't disrespect your wife. She's like, I've never heard that. But she's like, you give off this energy, like, try it. Like,
right.
Like she said, like her friends have made him comments like, you better not say nothing about his wife because he coming to get you. And but I've never put that out there. I've never said that. I mean, but it's the vibe that I think as a man, you give off. You know, you should be a protector. You protect your family, you protect your spouse, you know, whatever. That's part of being a man. But I guess that a lot of cats don't get that. You know, I mean, they don't have that. I guess part, you know what it is? It's that thing about not looking like a victim, which I don't know how to describe that to somebody.
Well, it's zero accountability. And like you said, like men are cowards these days. You know what I mean? They do got enough balls to go up there and do what he did to this woman, right? This hardworking woman who got herself into this position. Like, it ain't like she's some slough. You know what I mean? I don't agree with her. I don't agree with her politics, but I respect the fact that she got there. You know what I mean? So, and quiet as kept, he got a crush on her. We know he do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, y'all know I love the manosphere.
He's that bottom 80.
He's that bottom 80. Y'all know I love the manosphere, but those are the dudes in the red pill world that I can't stand. You know what I mean? Those are the dudes that be popping off that shit. I can't stand that. You know what I mean?
The ones that be in the club talking about that bitch won't talk to me. That's why she a bitch. Yeah.
That's why she a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then Candace M was like, let's get Brother DL monetized first before he gets canceled. Like, yeah, please, let's at least get me monetized first. You know what I mean? Brother John and Brother Jason. And here's the thing, like this joke, of course, I've heard this joke before coming up, but here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you a slight difference. Like, your mama got one little titty and one big titty. We call that woman Biggie Smalls. Now here's the thing. If you used the B word in that joke, them's fighting words right there. That changes the whole dynamic of that mama joke. Oh, we just having fun, but you just called my mama bitch. Now we got to fight. I don't even care if you in my circle. Well, you part of my crew. We got to fight now.
But that's how we came up. You know what I mean? These cats now, they'll just laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like,
them fight words right there. Like, I'm talking about not even standing up, like, take that back, none of that. It's like straight to the, you know what I'm saying? Straight to the grill. As soon as you say it, what? Straight to the grill. Because don't get lost in the sauce. Like, understand, like, you don't want to call somebody's mom a bitch.
Yeah, there's a line you just don't cross. And I don't know if a lot of cats know that line anymore because they ain't never crossed it. They never got up on it.
Or they've crossed it and they didn't have to pay the price.
Yeah.
You know, because there'll be dudes in your own crew that just love to fight. They'll say something like this just so they can fight. This is an excuse so they can swing on you. And they still in your crew. You're going to come up tomorrow, they still going to be in the crew. You know what I mean? So, like, it is what it is. And he didn't even tell you, like, you know, I knew better, bro. I just wanted to fight. It's all good. I got love for your moms. Because your whole crew, we love everybody's mom anyway. We at everybody's house anyway. So, but yeah, like, Brother Jason, is it, for y'all coming up, bro, is it cool to like, would that be accepted in your crew, or would somebody want to throw their hands because it's a joke? Yes, but in that joke, you called my mother a bitch. Forget the titties. You know what I mean? So let me know, bro. Like, I'm just curious because it's definitely a age gap thing. You know, like the way we came up, and I think the way y'all came in might be a little different. Fresh and Fit Dallas in the house. Roddick, man. You know what I mean? Cornerstone's in the building. What's good, fellas? What's good, bro? How you feeling? You know what I mean? Putting in the work. I know you are. We doing the same, man. Y'all been talking to Jay Swans about y'all, man. He's been busy, and I've been talking to him about y'all, bro. So keep doing what y'all doing. Keep pushing. Like I said, if you need me, Uncle Sam here for you, man. Just hit me up. Last time we talked, we had a good conversation, man. I hope y'all are kind of addressing the notes.
Yeah, you said I was nice to them too. Well, I was nice.
You were nice. You ain't gonna be nice next time.
Yeah, yeah, because he'd be. But no, I mean, but that's think about it. Like, we got.
Look what Ak Ozzy said. He was like, "Nah, bro, joking not. It's go time." You know what I mean? Like, let's. You know what I mean? It's go.
It's like cats saying the N-word. You know what I mean? It's like how they, it's like how they was brought up. You know what I mean? Like I said, I asked JD and his friends about it. I asked Jalen about it actually recently, and they both had the same answer. Like, nah, that ain't acceptable. You know what I mean? It ain't acceptable. But I mean, it's how people are brought up. It's what they see. You know what I mean? Like, the one thing you didn't do was disrespect somebody's mom. That sort of thing. And this the America we in now.
Yeah, you look better saying your dad's a bitch, and people just laugh at that before you call your mom's one. You know what I'm saying?
Mom's one. But part of it is like kids can't, especially young men, or young men, boys, they can't be boys anymore in school. They can't, they fight. You got to have parents up there. I mean, you can't play on the monkey bars and fall off and laugh at each other. I mean, it's, they can't play. You can't play too rough anymore. That sort of thing. I mean, so that's a lot of these kids. They ain't, they've never been in a situation where they've had to deal with the consequences of their actions.
Right. Men aren't men anymore. We're raising, we're raising a generation of soft men, super cotton ass soft dudes. You know what I mean? And they're still going to find themselves in a situation where they need to step up as men, and they're not capable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a serious problem, and you couple that with the weight problem. I'm working on the show here. We're going to be touching on obesity in America, right? It's getting to a point where, Jay Swans, let me ask you this, bro. At what point will this become a matter of national security?
It is now.
Is it now?
You can't get people in the military because, they got diabetes. How are you 18, 16 years old with diabetes because you're overweight? So I think it's already a problem now. Look at the law enforcement officers. A lot of them, overweight dudes can't do nothing. I mean, you can't chase nobody. I think that's one of the reasons why crime is what it is now, because officers, I don't want to say they're supposed to be feared, but I mean,
there's no respect. I mean, you look at Uvalde, you look at all of us, there's no respect there.
Well, I'm like, look, if you're an officer and you're 6'2", 240 pounds, 6'4", 240 pounds, and you're an officer, people are going to look at you like, I don't know if I want to try that. But if you're 5'5" and 92 pounds, I mean, let's just call that what it is. I might be able to take that one.
Might be able to. It's a problem. You get that little officer got a problem.
Now, granted, maybe that little officer knows, Bruce Lee or something. I don't know. But the odds are, is like, that's a win for me. So
that's a win for you. And brother Jason answered this. Brother Jason answered. He's like, I'm 38, but I'm 6'4", never had to fight. Maybe I was alpha. Bro, no. all the big dudes in my hood, the dudes, like I'm 6 feet and everybody above us, man. Big dudes was getting hands. It's always bro, because you're the biggest.
Always trying.
Always trying. Man. You're the biggest. Whenever there was an issue, like if it's 3 or 4 dudes talking, I'm gonna get one of the two. My choices is this: I'm either gonna get the dude who's talking the most shit. I'm gonna get him first, right? Or I'm gonna get the biggest dude in the crew.
Well, hold on. You ever play sports? We fought all the time.
Yeah, especially in the locker room, man. On the football field, bro, it was all kind of shit going on the football field doing practice.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? We fought all the time. House parties, it was always a fight. You know what I mean? Like we had our pistols with us, but we'll put the pistols aside. Like we're gonna go to the hands first. Now, you in Detroit, like I know, like the Midwest and all the way up through into Michigan, dudes was nice with their hands. Even during the gunplay era, we get the hands up. So I'm shocked to hear that, bro. I'm shocked to hear that.
I grew up upper middle class, white kids all around me, and I was fighting. Yeah. I bet you
was fighting more than me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. He was fighting more than me.
I'm sitting there like, man, I bet you it was.
Shit, you was fighting at the unit. So when they sent you to Ranger, you was kicking ass in there, literally.
Tell you had to fight there too. I mean, it was. I'm trying to think. Like in school, I bet you it was during football season. It was probably twice every year was fighting somebody. Like on the field, or like you said, in the locker room, because somebody be like, "You a bitch because you can't catch."
Right.
And it's like, okay, you can catch these hands.
Right. And you blew the block, you can't catch. Yep.
Yeah. And then you're playing hoop. You know what I mean? Like at least I say once a year playing hoop. At least once a year. For the school. And then playing street ball, man, that was a regular thing because I was down in L.A. hooping. You know what I mean? So that was a regular thing. You dunk on somebody,
Right.
You dunk on that cat wearing Dickies.
Right. You don't want to dunk. You don't want to dunk on the Crips. Yeah, you up there dunking on the Crips, dunking on the Pyru. You don't want to do that, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
They throw hands quick, and then you got family.
I had to fight a lot in the family, man. Coming home,
you show up. It's like it's on. Like cats are like, let's do this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's I don't know. You just got lucky, I guess. I mean,
I guess, man. And brother Jason was like, or maybe my crew was small. We could say whatever. We brothers still to this day. I mean, that's it is like I said, it's a different era. If you came up with us, bro, you definitely would have got your knuckles scratched up, bro. I'm just telling you right now with the crew, because you can't be in our crew if you can't fight. We got to know you can fight. That's
how that was. I mean, even a Bragg was like that. Like like everybody that was rolling with us was like, yeah, okay. If it goes down, even Rock never talked, but Rock could hit something and break it.
Boy, break it. Rock was like Mighty Mouse. And quiet as kept. He was quiet, a gentleman, but yeah, he'll break somebody's spleen. Like, you know what I mean? But you couldn't be with us if you couldn't fight. You know what I mean? Like everybody in my crew. Yes. it's the team. Like the team is only as strong as its weakest link. Yeah, we can't have some bitch ass dude And I almost said it. It almost slipped out. The word almost slipped out. Yeah. We can't have no bitch ass dude in our crew. We can't. We don't know what you're doing. And everybody in our crew know, like if Jay Swans was out there talking shit and got us all into something, right? Yeah, we gonna do what we gotta do. But when we get back to the barracks,
we're gonna have a conversation.
We're gonna have a conversation, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fuck's wrong with you?
I'm trying to think, man. Like, yeah, even at the unit, man, it was like, man.
and like Mandrell's in the house. Like, will you be dropping the link at DL saying, nah, I don't normally drop the link, brother, but I want to collab with you, Mandrell. I want to collab with you, man. What's the best way to get a hold of you, bro? Instagram or on my? I got my email. Say Pornhub, man. Stop.
Yo,
Mandrell was SF.
I saw a thing where they paying $36,000 for homemade amateur content.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
$36,000.
It wasn't that much, but they've always been paying top dollar. Like Pornhub's always been doing that.
It's talking about $36,000. I'm like, shit.
Why are you talking about this, man? I'm finna tell Naya.
Hey, she's sitting over there rolling her eyes at me. So,
I'm about to put you on the couch.
I bet they said $100,000. She'd be like, well, hold on.
Man, Joe's like, and cool, brother, man, Joe. That's what's up, man. Let's collab. I definitely want to talk to you, man. And Jay Swans, Mandrell's the brother, older, either our age, maybe a little older. I think he's SF. He was SF, bro.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he was on the teams. So I definitely want to talk to Mandrell. And yeah, bro. Is your email? I mean, is your IG handle the same? This Mandrell.
How you flirting on company time?
I'm not flirting, bro. I'm trying to set up business, man.
That's what they call it now. Trying to set up business.
They don't call it flirting, bro. What the fuck you get that from?
They call it OnlyFans. They call it shopping.
Man, you better be glad you're an hour away, homie. You better be glad you're an hour away.
Of, man, I think you left them rounds up here.
No, those rounds don't work. Those rounds don't work because I need the 22 long rifle. Yours is a 22 Magnum. Yours is the 22 Magnum. So we're talking about LJ bought me a.
I bought you the same one I got.
No, you didn't. Yours fires the 22 Magnum. Mine's fires the 22 long rifle. I didn't want to bring it up because you were busy. You had more pressing issues. But I'm looking for those rounds. The one I have, they have three variants. They have the 22 Magnum, which is what you have, the 22 long rifle, which is what I have, and there's another 22 something. We're talking guns, y'all. I didn't know either. I was sitting there trying to get the round, and like, how come these bullets won't go in here? And and that's why yours was so much more powerful. As that thing jumped out of our hand. That was a 22 mag, and then the one I have is a 22 long rifle. So hit your man up and see if they got those rounds up there. I'm checking down here to find them. I need those.
I got some here. Some 22 LR. Yeah, I got some here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. And I also need this 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 Creedmoor. Yeah, I'm looking down here. They're kind of hard to find. It's for that for
the bolt action
for the push. Yeah, for the pea shooter. Hey, so we were talking about guns, y'all. Like, well, I picked up a Jay Swans, and Jay Swans has this small. It fits in your hand. It's like a 5-shot 22. Beautiful weapon.
It's called the get off me.
It's the get off me, boy. You hit that, you pop, top. They won't even hear it pop. You know what I mean? But boy, they'll feel it. So and then the two of us are working on the show. Hopefully, maybe next week, maybe next week or the week after. We're gonna talk about weapons. We're gonna talk about home protection and stuff like that. So be looking out for that, y'all. You got people out here buying miniguns, talking about this is for home protection. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's ridiculous. We're gonna talk about what the best rounds, what best calibers, what to think about when you're thinking about getting your first firearm.
I tell people that the best round is the one that you can hit something with. There you go. Absolutely.
So we're gonna talk about that. And so yeah, man. I was talking to Mandrell, man, because I want to definitely I'm gonna hit that brother up, and I'll get with you, brother, because Suzette has your information. I'll get with you, bro. Because I definitely want to bring you up, man. I want to do a show with you, man. I want to talk about your military experience because I'm sick and tired. And then I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get back to we're gonna close out the show.
You about to be angry?
Well, here's the thing. I'm sick and tired of people telling young black men that the military is not for them. That somehow it's some sort of a trap. That somehow there's a conspiracy theory that you're gonna join the military and they're gonna put you on the front lines, right? And you're gonna get all jacked up. I'm tired of hearing that.
That's because that was that shit that McNamara was pulling in the 60s. You know, that kind of stuff, pulling up the people, looking for the inner city people or the less educated people, and it was putting brothers up there like that. But that's a slave mentality we got to get past, because the opportunities are so vast in the military that people don't even think about it. You know, I gotta have a conversation with this brother today, I think, and about that. But I mean, the opportunities are so vast, you know, but because people are stuck in this slave mindset, and and it's a hive mindset at that, and that they don't take advantage of these opportunities. Like I tell these young men that are in there, don't use the military. I mean, don't let the military use you. You use the military. Use the educational benefits. Use the training benefits. Use the leadership, the mindset, the skills they teach you. You know, use it and then get out and do something with it. If you're gonna sit there and drink beer all day and be stupid, I mean, that's on you.
It's on you. If there's nothing wrong with combat arms. If you join, you want to be 11 Bravo or whatever it's called now, is it 18 X-ray now, or whatever it is you want to do, that's fine. But have a plan for it. The United States Army will absolutely use you up if you let them. We enlisted and became air traffic controllers, but we wanted to be airborne. So we chose that life. And what did it do for us? It got us into a career that enabled both of us to retire, especially for me at 50. And Jay Swan's retired earlier than me.
Yeah. Well, and also it gave us a mindset of, I think that was the airborne part. It gives us a mindset of success. Failure is just not an option kind of thing.
Yeah, and we work with the best. It's something to be said with working with the tip of the spear people. And that's why I wanted to holler at Mandrell. People don't understand how hardcore you got to be to make it through Green Beret school.
Well, not even hardcore. You got to be intelligent and you got to be an athlete. That kind of thing. And you got to have that mindset. Like, a lot of, like I said, Rangers, all you got to do is just do what you're told and don't quit. That's what it came down to. But the SF stuff is, you got to be intelligent and you got to be that star athlete. So, it's definitely a different character, different kind of person.
Different kind of person. I can't wait to talk to the brother because he's in the anime too. Like we both got that geeky side, We both kind of, we share philosophies a little bit on the red pill world with the manosphere and all that kind of stuff. And overall, so I can't wait.
He's all angry. He's all angry too.
Yeah, he's gotten there. You know what I mean? But I'm not really angry. So I did drop my Instagram in the chat, y'all. Don_Lewis.comedy. That's my Instagram. If any of y'all want to hit me up, that's where you can hit me up there. And on this Instagram, on this YouTube page, it also has my email. If you go into the About Me section or whatever, it has my email in there. Brother Jason's physical sport, huh?
Shameless plug. No, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I got to, people got to know how to get a hold of me, bro. Brother Jason, like physical sports spark shit sometimes, but real talk, not from talking shit. Detroit Dirty Dozen crazy, extra crazy. I dig your granny up every night for sloppy top, had tough skin. You know what I mean? So coming out of Detroit, man, that's some crazy stuff in Detroit. Candace M, resist the slave mind, right? Shout out to brother Andrew Tate. He says that all the time. Miss Globe Girl, what's good? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. It's unfortunate that some of our own people will derail young people with misinformation about the military. Yeah, because there's so many options. There's so many opportunities that come from the military. We went FAA, but like you can go into the military, for instance. No matter what your job is, you can get a top secret clearance. The military will pay for it.
Yeah, which costs a lot of money to get. Well,
the military pay for it.
Well, tell you, I think the other issue is we also have that crabs in the barrel mentality as well.
And pull everybody down.
People don't want to see you succeed. So, and they see you, getting out of whatever situation you're in. And then they want to turn around and be like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go in the military. That's what my uncle went in the military and he's all screwed up now, that kind of stuff. So,
and when they know that their uncle went in screwed up, so they're going to blame him. They're going to blame it on the military. Like, nah, the boy came in here crazy.
Nah. You know what I mean? There's so many. Just being at the hospital, the last couple of weeks, the respiratory therapist that was dealing with my sister, she was in the Army. She's like, I was respiratory therapist in the Army, blah, blah, blah. Got out, took my test, and, now I'm working here.
Yeah, and just so you know, man, I mentioned nothing about what's going on, bro. Like, you know how we get down. I ain't mentioned nothing about that. It's all good. That's family business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't family. But you can do so much coming out of the military. You don't have to be a trigger puller. You can. Yeah. You can.
Every job that's in the civilian world, it's in the military. Look at it like that.
Every single job.
Every job that's in the civilian world. So you get training, you have experience, there you go.
There you go.
But a lot of people think that, I'm going to go in the Army because that's, what did they say? People that go into the military, they do that because they don't have any other options in life.
And there could be
I'm
some
like-
truth in that. There could be some truth in
Yeah.
that. But there's so many options in the military. And here's another thing too. Like you can join the United States Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, go through basic training. Whenever you're in training, the cadre is always encouraging you to take college courses while you're taking their training. Because a lot of those courses, you can take a military course and it has college credits, and they'll have a college just off post that will say, what's your
On
MOS?
Yeah.
The on base. What's
At
your
the Career
MOS?
Center.
At the Career Center. You go into the Career Center. What's your MOS? You completed that. Bam. You already have 15 credits right off rip just because of your MOS. And then like you could take these correspondence courses. I'm pretty sure they do it online now, whatever they're doing with it. So you can come out of basic training, your advanced training, which was AIT, get to your unit and have an associate's when you get there. Think about that. You're halfway there. And then when you get to your unit, you can get into another program, and within a year and a half, 2 years, because they're all accelerated because you have to get deployed this, that, and the third, you can have a bachelor. So you can have 2 years in the United States Army getting paid, learning your trade, learning your craft, getting real-time experience, and you can come out with an associate's and a bachelor's. And if you really get after it, you'll probably get a master's.
And you can ask somebody in the chat right now, whoever's, managed something or owns their own business or whatever. Would you rather hire somebody that went to college for 4 years, got a bachelor's degree, and understands the theory of doing something? Or would you rather hire somebody that's been doing it for the last 4 years?
Outstanding. That's it. And Miss Globe Girl, go Navy. Were you Navy, Miss Globe Girl? If so, thank you for your service. That's what's up. Go Navy. Navy is nice. They're nice enough to use their boats and bring the Marines to the fight.
I said, the Navy's nice enough to give the Marines someplace to keep their hands warm.
Oh, see. And Miss Globe Girl, if you were in the Navy, can you please explain to me why y'all got y'all names on y'all butt? I'm just curious.
That's so you know who you holding.
That's military banter. This is how we get down in the military. Every branch messes with the other branch, but at the end of the day, especially like if
don't nobody mess with Space Force. It's just
what is Space Force, man? I don't get, dude. That sounds like a hustle.
That's where the nerds go to die.
And look, Miss Globe Girl's like, yeah, she's a Navy veteran. Thanks for your service, love. I really do mean that. Thank you for your service. You know what I mean? Candace M is like, go Navy. You know what I mean? Showing support for her sister, Miss Globe Girl. Names are no longer on the butts.
Oh, they got them. They got them on the lower back now.
Yeah, don't as they put it on the lower back of the shirt. Don't ask, don't tell. Done caught up with the United States Navy. They're not on the butt anymore. Oh, that's funny. That's kind of cute. Because in the United States Army and the Air Force, it was never on the butt. So just to throw that out there. So let's finish what we started to do. We got way off topic, but it's cool because it's fun. Let's get back to
everybody lying. I forgot. That's right. We're talking about everybody lying.
Yes, everybody lying. So here's Donald Trump. I mean, I know people are like, we started with Obama, we went to Biden. And PolitiFact again. Trump is saying you go to the stores, they don't have bread. That was false. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve.
There's people that actually believe that.
They believe everything he says.
They would go to the store and be like, there ain't no bread. I'm like, the bread is right here.
It's right there, bro. Like well, but they don't have the bread I normally get. Oh, but they got all the 30 other brands of bread right there.
They had a days, but they got they got Wonder Bread. You okay?
Where were you? You were in the store, and the guy, you said somebody was making a scene because there was one section missing.
Yeah, talking about like, I don't know, it was like the seasonal stuff was missing, like the seasonal candies. Like, look at the shelves are all bare, and dude was like, well, I don't know. He goes, yeah, Valentine's Day passed 2 weeks ago, but there's supposed to be stuff there.
We're trying to get the 4th of July stuff on there, bro. Like Valentine's Day just passed, or whatever comes after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's just, man. Folks believe they want. Like you said, it's their team.
Look at this. Hillary Clinton spied on Donald Trump. Right, Trump said that Hillary Clinton spied on him. So again, false.
To be determined.
Right. Trump proposed changes to the Electoral College Act show Pence had power and could have overturned the election. That goes into that whole fraud thing. Yeah. The gas prices were $1.86 when I left the White House. I mean,
I'll tell you, they were $1.86 about 2 years ago here in Florida.
Bro.
At least when we were up here.
Like, bro, down here, I got to get premium for that beast, man. It was like about $5 a gallon down here.
Bruh.
You know what I mean? There were no guns whatsoever at the Capitol riot on January 6th. You know what I mean? So I mean, it goes on and on and on. Like, you know, Trump is he just really doesn't care about the truth. But to his, I mean, look, listen, it's who he is. It's not like he just got to the White House and started lying.
Hey, if you say something over and over again, eventually people will believe it. You know,
Yeah.
so
You said
I mean,
enough,
there you
people
go.
will believe it. You know what I mean? And Candace M, she's like chair force. You know, in the Army, the legs, they always say chair born, and we just kind of look at them. I went to some unit, and we were in Korea before you got there. We were in Korea, and somebody was like chair born, and I whispered something to his ear. He never said that again. You know what I mean? That's the first time our unit had real paratroopers in it. Like, we were like, we ain't having that shit. You know, we was a Guardian.
As I said, they sent all of us. Everybody came from Bragg with the Guardian meeting. Even JC was there.
Oh man, that changed everything. Everybody got there when I left. That changed it, everything.
Well, I told
and
you
then
that's how Sergeant Kim was getting mad at JC because he was doing he was searching a female soldier.
you search, yeah. See, and then that
On the other
first
side of the
sergeant, that first sergeant that we had there, was it Pike or something like that? He wound up
Yeah,
being the first
Pike.
sergeant in Bravo Company, right? So
He came back
right.
to Bragg, yeah.
Good for him. And that was a dude that had all of the patches. He was out, you know, getting all the patches he could, wanted that hula life, and never had it until he went to Bragg. I wonder how he felt after he got to Bragg.
No, he was there. When I went back there, he showed up there. I just never dealt with him because Smack was like, "Yeah, you coming with me."
Yeah, he do something else. Like, yeah, Smack really ran that outfit. It wasn't them anymore. And Miss Globe Girl said, and the clowning on the Navy commences. Absolutely. We love y'all though, man. For real, Miss Globe Girl. Like, you know, you know how it goes.
Yeah,
You
Navy
can-
got the best dancers.
Yeah,
They love
yeah,
the
they
tap
do.
dance. They have the best cooks.
They got everything.
Yeah.
So and you got to remind me, Miss Globe Girl. I have a joke about the Navy. You don't have to remind me to tell it one day. I might have to start a Patreon just because this joke would definitely get us canceled. By us, I mean me.
Yeah, well,
It definitely gets canceled.
You that Patreon thing, I still gotta reach out to. See, I don't want to say his name, but you know, JC, because like I said, he has too many stories, bro. Like I said, I was like, oh, I don't forgot. And you know, the funny thing is, first thing he did was, you know, he leaves me a message talking about I'm looking for this little guy named Swanson. I get him on the phone. First thing he says is Gazuki.
Yes.
That's how the call started. I said, oh,
Know what it is. Don't, boy, you gonna get yourself in trouble. Don't talk no more. Don't talk no
bro.
more.
You know what? You bunt one time, all right. Nobody let you forget it.
Don't talk no more. And then finally, we got Bill Clinton, where we talk about politicians and stuff like that. Presidents who, you know what I mean? And I was surprised, actually, at what I was seeing here. So you go through here, like all the other presidents, we looked at Biden, we looked at Obama, we looked at Trump, and like every claim was just false, 100% false, just boom. But then I get to Clinton. And then like,
What he
Clinton
said,
saying
I
stuff.
did not smoke that cigar.
Right. It wasn't that he didn't smoke the cigars. What he didn't, I did not have. But the United States is the only major industrial economy to have its unemployment rate triple since the beer bug pandemic began, and they got him at mostly true. Mostly true. I'm gonna go back later. I'm gonna read a bunch of these articles, but I was looking at that like, huh. And then this next one. After the assault weapon ban passed in 1994, there was a big drop in mass shooting deaths. When the ban expired, they rose again. Half true.
Half true, huh?
Half true. And they're, you know, and this is one of those things where, yes, these words are true, but the reasons for it isn't what you think.
What did they say about sexual intercourse?
Oh, we just gonna keep going
They
down
get that
there.
a half true?
Boy. Let's see. I left the White House $16 million in debt. Mostly false.
Nah, I thought they had a surplus when Clinton
Yeah,
left office.
yeah, but again, he said, well, that's probably what the article is going to talk about, what that surplus really meant, what type of math are they using on that surplus. But he said, I left the White House $16 million in debt.
They
mostly
using VA
false.
math. They using VA math.
Using VA math, or I don't know if he's talking about his personal wealth. Is he saying that he was $16 million in debt leaving the White House?
That's crazy because I mean the president don't pay for nothing, so I don't see how that even.
I don't, but I'm gonna go back and read that, and I'm just, going through this real quick, y'all, because we know we're closing out. We're over. We're almost 2 hours. Says Hillary Clinton tripled the number of people with AIDS whose lives were being saved, and it did not cost you any more money. Mostly true.
That's because Magic Johnson's stopped having sex.
Oh, see, why you gotta do magic like that, bro? Why you gotta do magic like that? Why you gotta do magic like that? You know what I mean?
Magic. You know, Magic had me killed, bro.
Boy, sure could, and then
People
pay
like
the family
James
off.
Bond, make that chair disappear.
Yeah, and then have enough money to pay the family off. And then he has
Really.
says Hillary Clinton negotiated the first agreement ever where China and India officially committed to reduce their emissions. Half true. But again, all the other three presidents we looked at, it was just like false. It was just all pegged false.
Maybe that's
You know what I
because
mean?
you know you had real reporters back then that would call them out on shit. So maybe that's why.
Yeah,
You know,
and
you
I'm
only
just
got
kind
away
of
with half stuff.
right because I'm going down here like mostly false. You know what I mean? Mostly
Now
true.
you got well, now you got reporters that'll just whatever they need to say to get their ratings up. They don't care. So
Here's one that's just absolutely false, a lie, pants on fire lie. The people that perpetrated that travesty in San Bernardino had never been to the Middle East, and apparently that was they're making reference to there was an active shooter. There was an active shooter event in San Bernardino where
was that the one like the last couple of years ago? I'm thinking like in the 90s. I know that one the last couple of years ago, they already said them people were from the, they came over from the Middle East, but they were saying they weren't terrorists or whatever it was. I don't know.
this was stated in 2016. I was in LA, and I want to say that this has to do with it was some homegrown. This was homegrown terrorism.
Yeah,
and then it was something to do like it had something to do where they were shooting at people on an expressway. Then they went into I think it was a federal building
like
in
a
San
federal
Bernardino.
building. Yeah, and did some shit.
That
So this is lies that these people have been telling. Like, see, I'm thinking it was during their presidency. That's what I was thinking.
Well, it's like during their presidency. It's like all of it. Some during the presidency, after the presidency, or whatever. Like all of it. So but that's the only one that was like blatantly a lie. I'm just kind of scrolling through here.
So I said, find out where he says that he did not have sexual intercourse with that woman, because I'm trying to figure out if that counts.
But this is political. I don't know if they went on that. And it says, and everyone knows that was a lie. I mean, you don't even have to put that as definitely pants, not even pants on fire, pants off.
Not necessarily. Lie. I mean, because if it's
a pants off lie. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead and spin that if you like. Bill Clinton says the government has gotten the TARP money back plus a profit. Mostly false.
Yeah, that's
false.
I mean? That money's they're going to be paying that for the next 200 years.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's crazy. Like that corporate welfare, man. Like I ain't mad. Let me join the 1%. I want some money too. So it seems that most of the stuff that Clinton is saying is either mostly true, has truth to it. It was just that one statement that was just blatantly false.
Get to the stuff where he's in office. I think that's where, because out of office, I mean, you could tell the truth out of office, but when you're in office, you gotta keep everybody happy.
Yeah, but the point being, they're all just lying regardless. In or out of office, I mean, he's still lying. He's not telling the 100% truth. He's not giving them, you know what I mean, like the real deal. So, but I feel you, and I couldn't. I mean, we're out of time. I didn't want to go through. We agree that all the presidents lie. I think we pretty much established that.
But they've been lying. I mean, shoot, as far back as at least Roosevelt. You know what I mean?
There's an article.
We got these targets coming across Hawaii. Don't worry about that.
Like, bro, there was an article that I didn't pull up, but it was talking about Desert Storm. That's the war I was in, where there was a story of a young woman who was supposedly from Kuwait, who was saying the Iraqi soldiers came in. They were taking babies out of incubators and taking the incubators and letting the babies die on the floor, just left the babies on the ground, which was a lie. The woman actually wound up being the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador. Wow. So more than one elected official cited that story as to why they voted on a resolution to go to war.
No, they voted on that resolution because Saudi Arabia and Kuwait were like, hey, so what's it going to cost for y'all to come over here and handle this for us? We got the checkbook right here.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull it up, but I'm reading from it now. You guys can't see it. I'm just reading it off my other screen. In January 1991, Bush's war resolution narrowly passed the Senate. 6 senators cited the incubator story as justification for authorizing the conflict. Right, and that was a blatant lie. Like when Kuwait hired a PR firm when Saddam Hussein's army came in, and part of that PR propaganda mission was to get this young girl to go into Congress and cry and say that this thing happened, and it didn't. You know what I mean? So that was George H.W. Bush.
But the reality is that came down to somebody wrote a check. I'm telling you, the Saudis and the Kuwaitis sitting there like with the checkbook like out. So what's it going to cost to get you to vote this way?
Yeah. They actually paid. They paid. I know for a fact that they paid the United States government X amount. I want to say it was $1,000 or $1,500 a month for every soldier, for every U.S. soldier that was currently serving in the Gulf. And the president said, no, we're not a mercenary army. We're not going to allow our soldiers to be paid. But I bet you they took that money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that, anybody that says that, they think that that's not true. That's why Congress does. I mean, the last time Congress declared war was World War II.
World War II.
And Congress are the ones that actually have to declare war.
Yeah, that was December 7th. Yeah. December 7th, 1941 is the last time the United States of America declared war on anybody. It was Japan and then later Germany.
I bet you most Americans don't know that. I bet you most Americans, because they don't, they get lied to so much. They just, that's why the president can do it. I mean, look, always look for the money. Always follow the money trail. Right. Always look for the money.
Always find the money. And then we get back to Johnson. They're talking about people who lied all the time. JFK, it says JFK's brother, Robert Kennedy, once said about LBJ, which is Lyndon Baines Johnson, he just lies continually about everything. He lies even when he doesn't have to lie. And this is, like this is one legendary American leader to another. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest lies that he told is to the American people, he said this: we are not going to send American boys 9,000 or 10,000 miles away from home to do what Asian boys ought to be doing for themselves. Yeah. And I worked at Van Nuys with a guy who was in Vietnam, and he used to say this all the time. He used to tell us all the time. He's like, yeah, Lyndon Baines Johnson said he ain't gonna send American boys over there, but he sent my ass over there. I thought it was just so funny. But he also, like the Gulf of Tonkin, you familiar with that?
Yeah. That's where the Navy got attacked by the North Vietnamese boats, and they were like, "Oh my God, they're attacking us! We got to send the whole U.S. military in to take care of that."
And that was a lie.
That they found out that never actually happened.
It never actually happened, and that was in here too. Like that was the grounds for us going into Vietnam, like stepping up our forces and going into Vietnam, and that was a lie.
Yeah,
that came out.
J. Edgar Hoover talking about, I like women. That was a lie. Well, actually, you know what?
Big time lie.
I did some research on this. Found out that that whole him being cross-dressing and all this other stuff, that was the Russian propaganda machine that had pushed that.
Yes, I sent that to you.
Did you send that to you? No validity to it. The Russians did that.
I sent that to you. The actual Russian spy who did that now lives in America. That was on the Patrick Bet-David
he was
show.
Like, I didn't think it would
podcast. Work. Yeah, he was like, still today, he's living in America to this day. He was like, yeah, I did that. That was mine. And that was go check it out. That was on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. Y'all go check that out. Valuetainment. They're doing big things over there. And he was this former Russian spy, KGB spy. Was on the show talking about that. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, because he was like, I didn't think it would work. He was like, I'm surprised.
Right.
And then how dumb Americans are. Like, y'all fell for that shit.
They fell for that shit. And it talks about, and Americans were a lot smarter back then. And it talks about that myth about George Washington. I cannot tell a lie. The well-known line from story of a young George Washington confessing to his father that he had split the cherry tree. That's a lie. You know what I mean? It's just one of that. And it talks about how George Washington, George Washington tried to so I'm just going to read it. In 1788, George Washington attempted to rewrite history by claiming he had been the strategic visionary behind the victory over the British at Yorktown. And this was 7 years earlier during the Revolutionary War. But it was actually his French allies who masterminded the decisive battle in Virginia. Washington actually wanted to attack New York. But it was the French was like, nah, if you're going to use our fleet, this is the battle plan. This is what we're going to do. And that is what won our freedom. And, and then go ahead.
I was going to say, people forget, let's talk about like, well, France is, is weak and why do we do things and this and that. No, we owe France, our country. It wasn't for France, boy.
Yeah. Y'all good because 9/11 rolled around and France was like, yo, y'all don't have any credible evidence for us to join y'all. Was it 9/11 or no? It had to be 9/11. And they were like, y'all don't have, credible evidence. We're not going in. Sorry.
That's,
And then
that's everybody
people,
was like, I'm not gonna eat French fries no more.
Right.
And I'm
They're
like, bro,
freedom
that's
fries.
That's not a French food. That's not a French
right.
food.
And they were like, we're gonna call them freedom fries. And like, y'all dumb
Yeah.
motherfucker. If it weren't for France, there would be no America. Right.
Yeah.
France invested so much money, so heavily in America, in fact, that it cost the royal family their heads. That led to the French Revolution, which was a bloody affair. Again, people don't, we got to know our history. Miss Globe Girl, do y'all believe J. Edgar Hoover was black? You got to educate me on that, love. I don't know anything about that.
Looking at them black and white pictures, he don't look like it.
Right. I don't know anything
no.
about that. But then you look at someone like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate doesn't look black at all. His dad is black. You know what I mean? His mom was English. So I don't know. What do you know, Miss Globe Girl? Tell me something. You sounds like you know something that I don't know. Shit.
I was gonna say which side of the revolution is he gonna be on? You know.
Ooh, Andrew Tate. Oh, he knows he's black.
I'm talking about J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh yeah, he gonna be on their side.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be on their side. You know what I mean? So
hey, but just let Miss Globe Girl know we all black in the dark.
why do I let you on this, man? Remind me again why I got you on here.
Because I be funding your habit.
Oh, bro. Hey, listen. Them edibles, Lord have mercy. I slept like a brick. And I noticed that most of it was already gone. What happened?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened? Man, you need to go back out there and get some more.
No doubt. We need to plan that trip. We definitely need to plan that trip, man.
Yeah, I'm going. You know, next year, F1 Formula One racing is going to be in Vegas. I want to go, but it's going to be so expensive. But I'm definitely looking at that. I'm talking to Angelique about it now. It's going to be real expensive, but I really want to go. Miss Globe Girl, I believe he was black in passing. Could be. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna see what I find. Not black in the dark. Yeah, you know we crazy up here. You dealing with the airborne. Mama done told you about y'all drill instructions in where your boot camp, wherever that was. They told y'all stay away from the airborne. Whatever you do, stay away from the airborne.
It's okay. We're your friends.
Right. It's so funny. And then it's one more lie here because it was a pretty good article. It's just we don't have time to go through it now. But in 1983, President Ronald Reagan claimed he had filmed the atrocities of the Nazi death camps while serving as a U.S. Signal Corps photographer in Europe, which is a blatant lie. I mean, this is just a personal lie. It's not like he said this in front of the world. He told this to Prime Minister of Israel, Isaac Shamir, at the White House. Ronald Reagan, I think, was 4F. I mean, he made some motion pictures for training, but he never left. I mean, he wanted to go.
What we need to figure out if it's true or not is Charlie Murphy stories about Rick James. That's what we need to find out how much of that is true.
I'll leave that to you, bro, and then let me know. We'll
Come on now, you want to know that too? Did Rick James really put his feet all up on Eddie Murphy's couch? We need to know these things.
Here it is in 1998. Your boy, Bill Clinton denied to reports that he had any sexual relations in the White House with the White House intern Monica Lewinsky. Is right here. He's like, but an investigation into whether he had lied under oath heard graphic evidence of their frolics, including the president used a cigar with her as a sex toy after inviting a 22-year-old into the Oval Office.
Yo,
right?
What kind of nasty chick holds on to a dress when you've done expressed yourself upon it?
It's about that money.
What kind of girl hangs that up in the closet?
It's about that bread. Her, you know what I mean? And she ain't the only one. I mean, it'd be different if she had her phone. She didn't have her phone. It ain't like she could have been like, okay, go ahead, and then like, film it and have it for later. Back there, she had the proof.
Did you imagine the look on his face when they came in and said, "Mr. President, she has the dress hanging up in the closet." He probably said, "That nasty."
Like, you nasty little girl. If I'd known you was that nasty, I'd have put this cigar somewhere else. You nasty little.
Say, turn around. Put your face in the pillow.
Put your face in the pillow. And she was big too. That's before she lost that weight. Like, girl, here, take these Cheetos. Eat these Cheetos. Bend over.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with being a chubby chaser.
Cancel. Yeah, and cancel.
Hey, the girls need love too. Right, nothing wrong with chasing a little chubby.
Oh my God. Shout out to my dudes Fresh and Fit and canceled just like that. Hey DL, whatever happened to your show? Oh man, yeah, YouTube shut that down, bro. They shut that all the way down, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all thought y'all was bad. Have Jay Swans on your show one time.
We said pleasantly plump.
Pleasantly plump. Pleasantly plump.
Them girls that are all you can eat.
Hey.
That's your girl buffet.
Oh, you can eat. Stick them. Stick them. So for all you people wondering what just happened to your Uncle Saint, that is real hip hop. We're talking about the fat boys.
Hey,
and the pleasant. That's the name of the group. That's the name of the group. That's the name of the group. It's the Fat Boys. We're fat. We can never be whack. And if you go for that, then we'll be back.
I gotta. Here's how you explain it. They're like the male version of Lizzo. Got all them big girls on the BET Awards dancing with her, so she don't look that big.
There you go.
That's a smart move, bro. Don't be mad. That's a smart move.
There you go. Good son.
You ain't trying to be a big girl. You get bigger girls to surround you.
Canardak, what's good? High vibrations. What's up, DL? Nothing, man. I'm over here. I'm over here with my man. You know what I mean? Never bring your people on your podcast when you're trying to start a business, man, because he finna get me shut down. You know what I mean? We was over here. We had a grown-up conversation going. We was talking about how the politicians lied to you, and now we're talking about being pleasantly plump. Is that a thing? Did it start here? Pleasantly plump?
That's pleasantly plump.
That's so crazy right there. Tia Kiki, what's good? What's good, sister? I see you. You know what I mean? More Fresh and Fifth Ham up in here. Yo, hey, Mr. DL saying, I'm sorry. Hey, Mr. Saint, just dropping in to say hello and to drop a like. Working right now, but I'll definitely catch the replay. Much love, DL. Like the video, fam. Thank you, love. I was speaking Spanish on this one, girl. Let me know what you think. You'll hear it when you hear it. Get back to me. Let me know what you think.
I bet you Lizzo got hands like biscuits, bro. Every time she done bit herself in the fingers.
Are they soft though? But are they soft though, man? Like, oh, not biscuits.
Like a nice warm buttery biscuit.
Man, look, there it is. Been nice knowing y'all. This is probably it.
Hey,
we're probably off air already.
Look, ain't nothing wrong with a big girl because you know they can cook. No front. Man. Look, every brother thinking the same thing in the chat. Like, yeah, he right.
Man, you a fool. So, all right, looks like this show went off the rails. We were talking about why politicians lie. I hope y'all got something out of it. I know I got something out of it, man. It was it was a lot. It was funny. It was funny. Yo, bro, hey, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm glad you're back home, man, and thanks for popping in and having fun, man. But bottom line is this. Demand the truth, y'all. When it comes to politics, all jokes aside, when it comes to politics, let's start voting for people who have solutions and who are not sitting there just giving us lip service, telling us what we want to hear, talking about just the tip. We don't want, I'm just going to put the tip in. Nah. You're not. How about we start getting up to speed on these issues? Let's find people with real solutions. Let's find the people who are going to do what's best for America, right? Let's forget the partisan politics, forget the team, forget all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Let's find the best person for the job. Jay Swans over here had an initiative in the FAA that was called the Best and Brightest. You know what I mean? It's one of the best things the FAA ever seen. They want it. They are trying to get it, and he won't give it to them. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Because they mess it up. That's why because it's not about the best and brightest. It's about, who can we hook up? And that's the problem. You know, I mean, I definitely want to hook my people up, but I want the best people. I want people that want to be there, that sort of thing. So, I mean, it's definitely a problem.
That's what's up, Miss Globe Girl. No, that's McDonald's and Burger King.
She knows. Look at it. She knows.
She knows what it is. Tia Kike. Hey, bueno, pues, muy caliente. Muy caliente. Yeah, that's what's good. Thanks, love. I'm about to go do my my Duolingo right now. I'm about to start working on my Spanish. Every time you come on, Sister Tia Kiki, every time you come on, I'm gonna use my new Spanish. Kardak, brother Kanardak, have you guys seen the animated shorts In Shadow, A Modern Odyssey? It came out in 2017, but there are so many truths shown in 13 minutes. and it's here on YouTube. I haven't, and now I'll try to check that out.
I never even heard of it. Yeah.
I haven't, and there's so much on YouTube. Hey, good looking out, bro. I'm gonna look for that. And if it's exactly what you guys are talking about, I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah, I never heard of
out.
it. So.
I'm gonna put that back up. And you say it's on YouTube, so I can find it. In Shadow. I'm writing it down right now. I'm gonna go look that up.
Yeah, look it up. Send to me.
Why I gotta do all the work, bro?
Because I'm lazy.
Damn, been carrying your ass since 1991, man. Shit, can a brother get a break? Shit, my back hurt, man.
See, that showed you right there, simping like a sucker. Don't fell for it for 30 years. But you know what though? I'm gonna do my part this time.
I ain't gonna lie, he got me on that one, y'all. He got me. I just gotta hold that L. He got me on that one. Damn. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Boy, that's what it's like when they talk about getting caught in the L. That's walking into a well-made ambush. Right?
That's just being honest.
Right. So you make an L, right? You make the L and you catch them right in the middle. So this is the L, you catch them in the middle. That's what that was. He caught me in the L. No getting out of that. So cool. That's what's up, man. Yo, thanks for rocking out with us. It's been a while. We was on here, we was talking crazy, but yo, for real. Take this political shit serious, y'all. Quit taking these lies and these comforting truths and ask the hard questions and hold their feet to the fire, man. Let's take our country back, man. You know what I mean? Because it's a wrap. It's only gonna get worse for y'all. You know what I mean?
I say for real, no matter what these politicians saying, your taxes are going to be going up.
They're going to be going up. Your purchasing power is going to go down. It's going to go down.
Going to happen. And when that guy comes back or whoever it is says, you know what? No new taxes. We're going to make this work or blah, blah, blah. They lying to you.
They lying to you. They're not going to do any more stimmies. They're not going to print any more money. This is it. They're going to continue to raise the interest rates. They're going to keep doing it. Like Brother George Gammon said, they're going to raise interest rates until something breaks. Right. Yep. Your housing, all that money you got in your housing, that's about to correct as well. So get involved, think about what's going on, make better choices, encourage people they're doing pretty well to run for office. Don't let people just put in front of you who they think you should vote for. Put forth those people you think should run. People of high integrity, people with moral values, people who will tell you the truth. People who understand mission, right, and know what that's all about. So that's all we're saying, man. Don't just let these people lie to you and you just fall for the okie doke like I did for the past 35 years messing around with this guy right here, pulling him out.
No, he's a friend. No, don't say that. No.
But so yo, thanks for rocking out with us, man. This is Jay. This is Jay Swans. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast, man. And we're out of here, man. We'll talk to y'all